Hello.
Hello, everyone. Although I should probably save saying that until people actually come into the chat.
Nah,
Hip hip hooray.
only say hello to people once, never address them again.
Golden
Real
rule
way.
of streaming is to ignore your chat.
Yeah,
Completely not
absolutely.
Okay, good
Chat
to know.
have anything to do with streaming. Come on.
You're right. Should have known better.
Oh, the gray blended in. Never mind.
Okay. So, welcome to Zephyr Workshop stream on 5/17/2017. It is 7:37 p.m. and I don't know why I'm listing the time, but it's giving people a chance to load into game, and there's Jesse. So,
The time is now 7:37:27.
Whoa, slow down, Jesse. That's a bit too advanced here. Okay, so tonight we are doing something fun. We are playing with some fans. So,
Don't we do fun things every night?
no, we do fun things every Wednesday, not every night.
Hello, I am here. This is Breeze.
Also, I think we should update our little red text down at the bottom there, and our title.
Red text. Yeah,
Both of them
Breeze,
are
would
referencing
you,
a goal that
update
we
that
had.
title real quick?
Of course. Here.
We've accomplished a little bit in
Yes.
that was last updated.
We've accomplished a little bit since Sunday afternoon, yeah.
Wasn't
The
that
hell
over
of a
late?
days.
Never mind.
So, as I said, today we are doing some games with fans. So let's just have everyone introduce themselves real quick. Scott, want to start with you?
Yeah, I'm Scott. I've been following this game for well over a year now, and I'm psyched to finally be playing on stream.
And Brad Fox, you want to introduce yourself real quick since you didn't get to play on Sunday?
Hey, I'm Bryfox. I have been following this since their last Kickstarter. I've gotten to play on stream many a time, always kicking some butt with Rios, and I'm Canadian.
Aha!
Darn, I don't think any of us can top Canadian. Let's see. Cool. So, just explain the matchups we've got tonight. We are going to start off with some Einer versus Ixa. Saw both of them on Sunday. Bit of recap, Einer is a pretty mobile, aggressive team, whereas Ixa is very stealthy, very evasive. So it should be a pretty fun matchup.
Although, to properly warn people's expectations, I have never won a game of AEGIS.
Didn't you
Tonight
play
could be-
like three times at PAX?
Yeah,
Hmm.
I've played a lot more than 3 games, and I've lost all of them.
Tonight could be your night. You never know.
There's some talk of Canada in the chat.
Maybe things will be better now that I'm finally not playing against Gamood.
That might do it, yeah.
Maybe that was your kryptonite. Alright. So,
The Moon and Kryptonite, both green.
I mean, what about red kryptonite?
That's fair.
Alright,
I'm currently looking at chat where people from Canada are talking about Canada, like people from Ohio talk about Ohio.
Sure.
How does Ohio talk about itself? I know nothing about
talk
the
about
States.
Canada.
The life goal of everyone from Ohio is to get as far away from Ohio as possible. Trust me, my
I
dad's
had
from
an
Cincinnati.
advisor.
Oh no, we love Canada.
Ohio, and she's like, "It's weird. Just don't go to Ohio. It's weird."
Yeah, sounds about right. The problem with Ohio is, like, every 4 years, everyone from Ohio has to get really tired of hearing people lie about how great Ohio is.
That's great.
So,
I'm from New York, so it was really strange being relevant in an election for a whole month.
yeah, I'm from upstate New York. Where are you from?
Long Island.
Oh, okay. I'm from near Albany.
Oh, okay, cool.
Well, so did a general rundown of what the teams do. Jesse, would you like me to help me just do a quick talk about the robots?
Sure. What
Okay.
team would you like to start with?
We can start with Ixa since you're on that side.
All right. So Ixa is a really cool lady. She is the prime possessor. She likes to tactically assess the battlefield, pick out the weakest link on her opponent's team or the strongest link on her opponent's team, and rip it apart with ruthless efficiency. In order to do that, she has a commander ability called Arrest Mandate, which allows her to, at the beginning of the game, target one of the opponent's units and make it so any of her allies' actions against that robot have reroll 1. So you can spend 1 energy to reroll 1 failed dice. So that makes all of her team's actions a lot more accurate against whoever you identify as either the biggest threat or the thing that you just want to get rid of right away because it's the weak link. There's a lot of different things you can do with it. It has a lot of depth. It's a really fun ability, and it encourages strategic thinking, which I really like. Her first ability is called Jamming Spores. She has an ability that reduces evasion of an enemy up to 8 spaces away. It has arcing, so it can shoot over walls, so she can sort of hide at the outskirts of a battle, reduce the evasion of her opponents, which makes it, again, easier for her team to hit her target. So that way she can control the battlefield and make some of her less powerful units into real threats. Her second ability is Particle Bolt. It's really a in case of emergency. Isa never really plans to use the Particle Bolt, but it is a 2 damage attack with a range of 3, and it has critical, so any 6s out of the 2 dice you roll will do a bonus damage. So it potentially is very powerful, but it's not the most accurate ability in the game. Isa also has range evade 1 to make it so that if you get up and close to her, you have to be in melee range, or she's going to be harder to hit herself. She's really about staying outside of the fight, and so she has a lot of mechanics to let her do that. Next up on the team, we have the Actal 100. The Actal 100 is an eye-aligned A-type, so it has some mechanics that fit more into Eye's pie. So, for instance, it has the ability Cloaking. Instead of activating this robot, you can spend 5 energy to move it up to 5 spaces for free, and it can't use any of its own actions or be targeted by any actions until the start of your next turn. In addition to that, the robot's pretty decent for an A-type. It has 5 movement, 4 integrity, pretty standard. And it has an ability called Actal Lands, which is a 4-range piercing attack that does good damage. And then it has the Actal type Luger, which is a really cheap, easy-to-use 3-range pistol shot that has critical, so a 6 does bonus damage. What's really notable about the Actal Lands and a bunch of attacks on Isa's team is that if you get the evade debuff from Isa on a targeted robot and then target it with the Actal, you will hit 100% of the time, assuming that they don't have an evasion boost of their own. That's really powerful and gives a lot of opportunity for synergy and combination between these level 1 robots. Next up on the robot roster is the Esper 100. The Esper 100 is a pretty typical E-type, I would say. It doesn't have flying, instead it has double move, so it can move up to 8 spaces every turn. And it can sort of move in between using actions, so it could move, shoot, and move away again, so they can sort of dart in and out of combat. It has evade 1, so it's really hard to hit. And it has twin pistols, so it rolls 2 dice. For each die that's 3 or above, it does 1 damage, and 6s do a bonus damage. This attack is pretty accurate on its own, but gets even more accurate with Isa's buff. All around, just a great robot, and it comes into some of our combines, which we'll get into in a moment. Next up is the Gecko 100. The Gecko 100 is a eye-aligned G-type. It has Cloaking, so you can spend its energy and move it up to 4 spaces, and it can't be targeted or use actions until your next turn. It has a steadied sniper cannon, which is a high power, 3 damage, long range attack. It has heavy, so it can't move and shoot in the same turn, but you usually won't need to. It has the 60mm sniper cannon as a backup plan. It does 1 damage for only 1 energy. It has slightly shorter range, and it has critical, so it could potentially do 2 damage. This robot is really versatile. You can do a lot with its positioning, and this team likes to position robots and likes to tactically target down robots, and this robot really fits that flavor, I would say. And it
Remind me
also,
what piercing does again?
yeah, absolutely. So piercing, the way that piercing works in this game is that if you target a robot and there is another robot in range on the same hex axis line, it will hit both of those robots. So if I'm just going to throw something on the board really quick. If I had the Gecko and I targeted this Actyl that was over here and there was an Esper back here with that piercing attack, it would shoot through, hit the Actyl, and then it would pierce through and continue on and hit the Esper in the back. And so that way you can sort of line up shots and do a whole bunch of extra damage.
Is piercing 2 an existing ability yet?
Piercing 2. So piercing will hit all. So piercing would hit every single enemy in that line.
Ah, okay.
So if I had this, you'd hit all 3 of them.
The limit is the range of the ability, so it only goes a maximum of 8 hexes away from the Gecko.
Yeah. So if I was all the way back here, I would hit these first 2 robots, but I wouldn't hit the Esper because it's 10 spaces away and I only have a range of 8.
I'm glad I asked that question.
Absolutely. It's stuff that's good to know about some of those mechanics. Thanks for the question, because it really helps to know what we need to explain better. All right.
The
good at asking
fun
questions.
interaction.
Next up, last but not least on this team, is the IDA 400, which is one of the coolest robots on this team of already really cool robots. The IDA 400 is a flying I-type. It has good movement, pretty okay integrity. It has range evade so that it does a good job of being far away from people. Its first ability is called X2000 Stun Volt, and it's a highly accurate, hits on 2s or better, 1 damage stun. And so what that does is if you succeed with the action, not only do you do a point of damage, but your opponent is locked in place. They can't move the robot that you hit during their next turn. Then it has a second ability called Second Sting. Second Sting does 1 damage and has the ability Light, so you can basically use it almost as a free action. You can use it once per turn, so you could hit someone with the Stun Volt and then hit them with the Second Sting. Or you could use the Second Sting and then move. There are a lot of different things that this enables. It's one of the cooler mechanics in the game, in my opinion, and adds a lot of depth and strategy. So you could also like shoot one guy, stun them, and then shoot another guy with the light action to spread your damage. There's a bunch of different options with this. The most interesting thing about this robot is the range of its attacks. At a range of 4, it outranges almost every I-type and E-type attack in the game that isn't like a bomb or like Actyl's Actyl lands. And so because of that, this robot can sort of lock down opposing aggressive units just out of range of itself, which can be really frustrating for your opponent to deal with.
Which is going to be interesting for me because I've got a pretty mobile, aggressive team. So
Yeah, so seeing how that stun ability gets used is going to be a big deal. So now real quick, let's go over some combines. So ISA has a commander-specific combine called the Esper ISA, where you combine your ISA with your Esper. When it comes in, you again get to arrest mandate, so you can pick another unit, either the same one as before or a brand new unit, and get another set of reroll 1 when targeting that unit. And she maintains the first arrest mandate from her level 1. She has double move, a ton of movement with 5 movement, and she has evade 2, so you're almost never going to kill her. However, she doesn't have any damaging abilities. Instead, she has the Jamming Spore Cloud, which is a highly accurate multi-hit evasion debuff, so it basically makes it so the rest of your team hits 100% of the time. And in addition to having 8 range and arcing so you can shoot over walls, it also has a radius of 2 around the target, so you could potentially hit your opponent's entire team with that Spore Cloud, which obviously has huge payoff potential. Use that to do a ton of damage in a single turn. I really like that robot. The drawback to it is that if it's your last robot on your team, you're going to lose the game because you can't kill any of your opponent's robots. Next up, we have the Is this just a gecko? Am I correct in that?
Yes.
Yes. So this is just a gecko. It's called the Gecko Ion here. That's going to change before the final game is out. It's a gecko only combined. It's a GI type, and it has cloaking, similar to the first gecko. And in addition to that, it has some energy burn attack, so it can drain energy from your opponent's robots, and they will no longer produce that much energy. So if you hit someone with Pulsar Volt Cannon, they will produce 3 less energy with that robot every single turn. This attack is heavy and piercing, so again, similar to the first gecko, it can line up and shoot through any of those hex axes to hit multiple robots. It also has the Micro Pulsar Volt Cannon, which is just an energy draining version of the other cannon. It loses crit, but that's an okay trade-off. And it has combined, so you get to do that immediately when you make the Gecko Ion and drain your opponent's energy a little bit. And then the final robot on the team is the Esper 4000. It's a level 3 EGI type. It has the special ability Vanish, so when it comes in, it cannot be targeted or dealt any kind of damage until your next turn. So immediately it just cloaks itself and you can't shoot it. It has double move and 5 movement, so it can move all over the map. It only has 3 integrity, but it has evade 3, which basically means that your opponent has to roll 6s in order to hit it, which is really powerful. And it has only 1 action, but it's a pretty good one. You roll 4 dice, you need 5s or above. For each 5 or above, you do a point of damage. 6s do 2 damage, because they get that 1 bonus. And it has piercing, and it has 6 range. So you could potentially line it up on your opponent's team and hit 3 or 4 robots really easily, and just do a massive amount of damage with this stuff. And that's Ixa's team. It's looking to pick off individual robots or line up piercing shots and use that in order to secure a victory.
And I'd like to just point out the Esper 4000 has some of my favorite art for a combined unit in this game.
Yeah, the Esper 4000.
I agree.
It's pretty great.
All right, so that's the Ixa team.
So next, but certainly not least, we got the Einer team.
Yeah.
So I'm playing this team, so I'll just go over the robots a bit. Start off with, we've got Einer himself, the Arc 150. This robot has the custom Arc Blades, which is a melee attack. So we didn't actually see any melee over on Jesse's team, but this requires me to be within the 1 range. And this is a fairly accurate attack. It'll usually hit at least once, and it can do some pretty good damage if I hit with both. For a bit more of a ranged option, I've got the custom arm Vulcan, which is a bit less damage, but more accurate, farther range. The cool part comes from the ability Overload. I can use both of my actions if Einer doesn't move this turn. So if I don't move Einer and there's a robot next to him, I can slice at that robot and shoot at another robot or the same robot, and make use of both those attacks. And finally, his commander ability is First Pilot. The first robot you act with each turn will gain reroll 1, which makes sure the most important attack to get my turn going will always hit. Or usually hit. Next up, we've got the Axis 100. Now, this is another overload bot, but you might notice it has 2 of the same action. The action is a pretty standard A-type multi-hit attack, but when you double up on it, it becomes pretty powerful. It can start shredding some tankier robots. And against some of Scott's more evasive robots, having a lot of multiple hits will give me a better chance of one of them pinging it. Next up, we've got the Ender 100, which is also the pretty standard model of a flying E-type. The Ender 100 is actually very good at dealing with other flying units, because its machine gun has the ability Anti-Air, which adds 1 damage to my attack when I'm calculating my damage against flying units. And then also, it's an E-type, so it's got some form of evasion, in this case melee evade 1, which is pretty cool, because any attack that's happening within melee range of it, including normally ranged attacks, have to roll higher to succeed. So I can try and position it to make it harder for Scott to hit with attacks. Next up, we've got the Go 100. is so we have some fun with naming in this game. Get robots pull, go robots push, and that's exactly what this one does. This has a multi-hit push attack that can launch a robot up to 6 hexes, and you'll see me use this both offensively against opposing robots and against ally robots to try and get them into position faster. So pushes in this game can be pretty versatile. And then it has a heavy arcing mortar shell, which can do some good damage. Not the most accurate thing, but it's good when a push isn't in order. Overall, it really helps with the general mobility of my team. Finally, I've got what looks like a pretty odd robot for an aggressive team. This is a purely support laser robot. Its first attack is a healing laser, but its second attack was really important in this case. It's got an accuracy boosting laser, which, if I target the right guy, can really let me do some damage. Because that lets, say, the Axis always hit with its double attack, which can take some people by surprise.
Yeah, if you can manage to get off Axis's overload ability and give it an accuracy boost from the Snow 400, you can do a guaranteed 6 damage against a non-evasive opponent, which is kind of insane, as you'll see from the integrity on this team. That would destroy any robot on Einer's team, and also destroy any robot on Ix's team, which is pretty good.
Volume is apparently a little low.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's interesting. One sec. Is there anyone in particular you're having trouble hearing in Wasabi?
Ah,
Just me, huh? One sec. I think my noise gate might be a bit high.
it could also be your microphone level in OBS. You might just have it set lower than like desktop sounds.
Maybe.
I know that was my problem when I had to cover, or when I ran the stream last week.
You sound better now. You're good.
I do?
Yeah, that's what they're saying.
Oh,
Okay, cool.
excellent.
Yeah, it was the noise gate on Discord then.
Ah, cool.
Yeah, I just lowered that a tiny bit so my voice came through more often.
All right. So combines for Einer's team.
Yep, let's go over combines real quick. So, first off, we've got... So, Ixa has her special combine. Einer actually has one of his own, the ARC 2500. And this is a real fun rank 2 robot to mess with. So it's an AG type, and you can see that right away with the high integrity, all that. But it's got some fun abilities. So first off, we got Whirling Bayonet, which is actually a radial ability. This will be pretty important in this matchup because radial abilities aren't affected by evasion. So that'll let me deal with some of the tricky robots on Scott's team, not Bryfox. The other nifty thing about that is it'll let me hit cloak units. Because radial attacks are centered on me. They don't need to have a target before I spin.
Yeah.
Now, his second attack is the Twin Buster Shot. This adds a bit of a range to him and gives him pretty good finisher and can shoot over cover. That's also useful because he has the ability to retaliate. What that means is that whenever he's targeted, if he still lives after the opponent's attack, I get to return fire with one of my actions. So this will make sure I can keep spinning through Scott's team. And the other cool thing about this robot is it has the ignition ability. So normally combines in this game can't move or attack the turn they come in. Ignition is basically the robot version of haste. So the R2500 can start working as soon as it comes in, as long as I have the energy. Next up, we got the Ender 1000. This kind of acts as a combo between the Ender 100 and the Axis. It's got 2 pretty awesome double-shot machine guns, which you'll notice carries over some of the properties from the earlier 2 robots. And it also has overload. Being able to do multiple attacks is a bit of a staple of the Einer team. Next up, finally, my rank 3 is the Ender 5000. This guy is pretty great. As soon as he comes in, I get to move all of my other robots. And he also maximizes like the multi-hit machine gun by adding a laser to it, which means it can fire at anything in range. Well, anything it can see, actually. Got infinite range. Next attack is a closer range anti-air pistol, which is more accurate. And finally, it's got a melee range kick, which is great for finishing off opponents. So this guy's pretty fun. Hopefully, I'm able to use him to kite some people around if needed. The other nice thing is, most offensive lasers have aimed on them, which would also ignore the evasion on Ix's team. Anything to add, Jesse?
No, I think you covered this team pretty well. I'm a big fan of Einer. I think that his team is really cool, and I think his first pilot ability is really powerful.
Overload's a really interesting mechanic.
Yeah, and so I'm excited to see how this game goes and whether the aggressive power of Einer's team can best the tactical precision of Ix's team.
Well, we'll have to find out. So I guess the first step, let's roll to see who goes first.
Let's do this.
Ready? Oh, that's a 10. Looks like I am going first. So that means the person who's going first in Aegis gets to set up the robots first. So I will.
Yep, and so in the setup phase, you'll notice that on both corners of the board, there are colored hexes. So there's a set of red hexes on the bottom left, and on the top right, there's a set of blue hexes. So you can deploy all of your base 5 robots into any of those hexes in your start zone, and that's how we kick things off. So Kettle has placed his 5 robots. Once he's all set, his opponent Scott will place 5 robots. Then Kettle will take the first turn.
I have a very nitpicky question.
Yeah, I love
Did
this.
I have to declare a rest mandate before he put down his robots?
No, actually, you specifically wait until. So the way a rest mandate actually triggers is that you position all of your robots. He positions all of his robots. The game starts. You go, okay, arrest mandate that one.
Okay, so this is when I declare it, right?
Yep. So all of the robots are placed. The game's about to start, so you can pick your arrest mandate target.
Oh, just one other thing to clarify, since this is a pretty common question with arrest mandate. Arrest mandate does not carry over through combines. So if that affects your choice at all, just so you know.
I had a feeling about that, yeah. I will place a rest mandate on the Ender 100.
All right.
Another question about arrest mandate. Could you call it on someone with combat drop when they're not on the board yet?
Yes.
Oh,
that is a really good one. It is not.
I believe we covered it on Sunday as well.
It is not a targeted ability, as it were. It is a choose ability, so it doesn't care if the robot's on the board. All it cares about, I guess technically you could almost name any robot in the game. It just wouldn't do anything if it wasn't on your opponent's team. But yeah, you basically just say, I pick that one out of your opponent's 5 robots.
Cool.
Or I guess in like an alternate game mode where you play with extra robots, you could name it out of something that they haven't deployed with yet.
Okay.
Okay, so we good to go?
And then there's one other thing that I just want to talk about really quickly in case anybody's new to watching the game or new to Aegis in general. During the streams, we play with an optional rule called scrap combining. And so what scrap combining is, it's intended as a beginner-friendly mechanic to sort of let you make up for a mistake or some bad luck or something like that during the middle of a game. And so what it lets you do is once per game, each player can combine with one of their destroyed level 1 robots in order to make one of their combined level 2 or level 3 robots. They follow basically the same procedures for regular combining. The robot that's still alive can't move or shoot the turn that it combines. And then you combine up into the higher robot once per game. So I just wanted to go over that because it will probably come up at some point.
Okay, so let us begin.
And I'm placing the sideboarded AB200 token on the Ender to simulate the target token that will be in the final game, but is not in our tabletop sim assets yet. So that way it's really visible.
Okay. So, I have 20 energy, and you find that by counting up these nice green pips up in the top corner of your card. And those up, I've got 20. And each hex I move a robot will cost me 1 energy. So, I think I will start by using the go to launch a robot. Obviously, I'm launching the Axis right off the board. Don't need that kind of negativity in my life.
Yeah, dude, do it. Then you can scrap combine into your other robot, the Ender.
Exactly.
Power.
Now you're getting it. No, I'm going to launch the Ender. Actually, no, I
the
want to
Ender
launch
has...
Ender. Yeah, let's not go
Okay,
with
because
melee
I was going to
first.
say the Ender has a melee evade.
Look, Jesse, I don't judge you for your strategy.
I'm not judging you, I'm just reminding you.
It's fine.
Okay.
So, looking at the attack, that is 3 energy, which means I am rolling 3 dice. And all of them need to be, well, for each one that's 3 or higher, I push Einer 2 hexes.
Yeah.
Well, that is 4 hexes.
That's
and
pretty good.
I get to reroll one of those.
Aha.
For first pilot.
First.
Oh, damn. Look at that ridiculousness, where I'm going to miss that roll later in the game.
Yeah, there goes all your luck for the rest of this game. That's a good 6 hexes of movement. Oh, also, one other thing I want to call out, just for anybody who is new to the stream, you'll see on the board that there are some darker colored hexes. All of the darker colored hexes on the board are terrain. They're impassable and you cannot shoot through them. You could fly over them with a robot with flying, but that's the only way through them. There are specific terrain pieces that will be in the final game, but they aren't in the Tabletop Simulator version just yet. They will also be in the Tabletop Simulator.
Are we playing with Scrap Combine?
Yes.
Okay, so that explains why Einer's all the way over here now.
It's fine. I
It'll
have
be-
a plan.
The turn 1 Einer charge is indeed a strategy.
I have a plan.
Am I correct that Einer moved,
He moved 6 hexes after the bush.
so he moved a total of 12 hexes this turn?
Yep.
That's
Wow.
insane.
I told you, mobility, gotta get the aggro on.
It's,
Wait a second, can I ask where your Ender moved from again?
I believe...
This one? Okay, cool. Just wanted to
Yeah.
draw a good little line.
Happy little lines.
Yeah, happy little lines. Happy clouds. Happy trees.
And that's all your move?
Yep, I should be good.
What about this boy?
It's the snow, it's slow.
Okay.
Look, I don't judge you if you decide to take a nap, like, during the first turn.
Alright,
What?
so that makes it Scott's turn?
And I start out with 18 energy from all of my cubes.
No, I just drew a line.
Sorry, right there.
Technically, you drew a very sharp curve.
I don't need no sass.
I am almost like 75% SAS by volume.
I am
I'm
going
just like-
to
I'm-
cloak my Arctel, Actel.
Sounds good. That's what the Actel likes to do.
So am I correct that the Actel is cloaked?
It is.
You
All
are
right.
correct. Yeah.
So real quick, one thing that we have found to be helpful when dealing with cloaked robots, particularly on tabletop sim, is that if you flip their card upside down, it serves as a pretty good reminder.
How do I rotate?
Q
Q&A.
or E while you're hovered over it.
Is the Gecko cloaked as well?
No.
Okay. Perfect.
You're gonna make me cross my lines. Oh, you're gonna make me cross my lines.
Sure am. Sorry.
It's all a jumbled mess of directions now. No.
All right, and that is the end of my turn.
Cool. Let me just double check something. Okay. Here. Okay, I am back to 20 energy. What do I want to do? That Axel is cloaked, sadly. I think Einar is actually going to stay put for now.
Aha. Your aggressive approach has been halted.
Nah. Don't know what you're talking about.
Your aggressive approach has been apprehended.
It's only phase one where it seems like his plan is foiled. But I did exactly what he wants me to.
Exactly. Fine. Wait, no, why did I move there?
Oh, okay.
Move that like that, then move him up. Now I'm going to push the access.
Oh, I'm so confused.
The access goes flying.
That's a shitty line. Wait, no, stop moving things. I need to draw a line after them.
So this is really illustrating to how I've been playing Einar all along in the past.
Yeah, see?
This is very educational.
Now, does Einar want to move? That is the question.
Is that all your movement?
Not quite. Okay. Your go.
Reset my energy to 18, and I'm going to start off by cloaking the gecko.
Actually, I'll just move Einer there. Now it's your go. Sorry about that. Moved Einer one further than I meant to. Okay, yeah, it's your go. Sorry about that.
All right, cloaking the gecko. And now that my movement is going 1-to-1, I'm going to actually deplete my energy as I move.
Fair enough. So the gecko is cloaked.
Correct.
Are you also cloaking the axle?
Not sure yet.
That's fair.
So 4 spaces for that ender there.
Sounds good.
I'm going to go ahead and move the Isa 2 spaces.
Ah,
And I'm going to go ahead and attempt to jam spore the ender.
all right.
Sounds
So
good.
that's going to cost you 3 energy. You're going to roll 3 dice. You are looking for no ones. And you also have that arrest mandate ability.
You
So
do.
you can pay 1 energy to reroll 1 if something bad happens. Oh, right on the money.
I mean, you can reroll one of those if you'd like.
Yeah.
Isn't
Okay.
that perfectly reasonable? I think that's a good roll. So Ender's evasion is down by 1 until the start of Scott's next turn.
It is. That's don't know if I like that.
And since I've got the energy, I'm going to go ahead and cloak the axle.
Fair enough. Can't judge for that.
Sorry, I'm going to make you redraw that line there. And with that, my
That's
turn is ended.
totally fine. I think I just missed a line anyway, so everything's a-okay.
I just want to move up there.
All right.
I think it's time for the go to actually start moving a bit.
It's time for the go to go.
Ha.
Ha.
Let's see, that fell force. Yeah. 10,
Really
huh?
starting to give your snow time to move up. Maybe I should be more aggressive.
And the snow's
There's
not
snow
that threatening.
at the present.
Ooh. Ender's moving in.
Fire the machine guns.
Who are you shooting at?
The Isa.
Aha!
Melee range to avoid the range of aid.
Get around that range of it. Okay, so you're going to spend 4 energy, roll 4 dice. Each 4 or better will do 1 point of damage. All right. It's
2
pretty
damage.
okay. 2 damage to Isa.
That is the Ida.
Should I be counting up or down with my integrity?
You can do it either way as long as you're consistent.
Sounds good.
Okay. Yeah, that is all my energy for the turn. Show me
Ah, really?
what you got.
All right. So that makes it Scott's turn. So Scott goes back up to 18 energy. The Axle is no longer cloaked. The Gecko is no longer cloaked.
So, I'm trying to go pretty aggro, not give him time to like get into the positioning he wants. We'll see if that pays off.
What I really want to do is target Einer and get him to not flank me, but I do not have the positioning on my Ida.
I'd like to note that if you try and leave your Axel there to do some damage to my Einer, you're going to get double attacked by an Axis next turn.
Yes,
So
the Actyl is in a bad spot now.
in a little bit of strategic advice to you, Robot Scott, if the Ida were to move here on the board,
Don't backseat play, rude.
it would be in range of
I thought you
the
were on
arc.
my side.
I'm
No one's
on
on your side.
I'm on everyone's side, but you need the advice less because it's not your turn.
Rude.
It's okay. I got a different plan anyway.
All right, that works for me.
Ah, yeah, I like when people have their own plans.
I just wanted you to know, since you had brought it up, that it was an option.
We had Curtis
Yeah,
a few
thanks.
streams ago who just like kept surprising Jesse every turn.
And you. Neither of us predicted Curtis's strike.
No, he only shocked me 85% of the turn.
All right, let's get some twin pistols up in here from the Esper 100.
Oh. All
Isn't that
right,
the
here
Ender?
comes you.
Now, question: are you going to try and lower the Ender's evasion first?
I have an evasion debuff.
Yeah, ISO 100's ability is an evasion debuff, the jamming spores.
Ah, for some reason I thought that was an accuracy debuff. Then why did I do that on my turn?
Now, I will give you just a friendly reminder that the Ender 100 does have melee evade, so you're going to want to be at least one space away from it to have the optimal accuracy when shooting it.
Yeah, sounds good. Just doing some math in my head for a second.
Yep, no problem. Sometimes math is important. Almost
Yeah.
always math is important.
Yeah, math's usually pretty good.
Math? What are we, nerds?
Yes. We're making a game about giant combining robots. I thought that was established.
What? How dare you? I'm offended, sir, that you could ever disparage me in such a way.
So,
You know what?
to answer
This is
Solo
gonna
Q
be
in
a tough
chat,
choice.
Hi, I'm Zach. I am playing Einer, and Robot Scott is playing as Ixa.
I'm going to be making a tough choice here. I'm not going to do the evade debuff.
Ah,
Oh, whoa. Okay.
And I'm going to open up with the Esper as I originally planned.
okay. 2 energy, 2
If
dice.
my Ender survives this turn.
3s and up, hit and do a point of damage.
Ooh,
God dang.
that
2
is-
points of damage.
Okay.
Down to 2.
You sure you don't want to reroll one of those?
Go for the 6?
Probably not worth.
No, it definitely isn't.
And
Oh,
I just re-rolled it and got the 6, so that's joke's on you.
obviously you
Solo
just
Q. No,
don't
that was
know
not
what
a
the
piercing
energy.
hit. He was using the twin pistol on the Esper 100.
I'm gonna try and finish you off with my Ida 400. Or maybe I don't. Let me check your range first. Oh yeah, your range is crazy high. That's right.
Technically, my movement's crazy high. My range is like 3 hexes.
Okay, yeah, I know what I'm gonna do.
I am kind of
Moved him
scared.
1. And now I'm gonna go ahead and try that Sternvolt.
Okay.
Mhm.
Roll the dice.
Stunvolt succeeds.
That works. You sure you don't want to re-roll
You-
that?
I'm positive, but I am gonna follow it up with a second one.
No?
Ooh, the
Okay.
second
That's
sting.
fair.
Aha. That one will hit on 4s. That's a 3. You can now use that reroll ability if you want it.
Nah, it doesn't seem worth it.
Stop giving your opponents misinformation. Come on.
Oh, that
Ooh,
destroys the ender.
Oh,
I did
that's a
not.
good
Yeah,
roll.
I did not expect nothing but 5s and 6s this turn.
Aha.
yeah,
wish
I
I
never
didn't
have this kind of luck.
Yeah, I used up all my luck on that first go push. Okay. Don't worry. All within acceptable parameters.
All
Everything's
right,
fine.
next up, let's pay 5 to cloak the Actyl.
Ah. You sure?
Oh, I'm sure. Yes, that is acceptable. Next, I'm going to go ahead and move Ida to safety.
Fair enough.
And I believe my only unmoved unit right now is the Gecko. So let's go ahead and... oh, I have enough energy for a full cloak, don't I?
Looks like it.
I don't think there's anything I can do on your turn with these robots, right?
Correct. No robot on your team has retaliate. So there's not really anything you can do on your opponent's turn.
Double checking something. I mean, technically, the ion in your sideboard has jamming, but interesting.
Aha, the
And with that, my
cloaks.
turn is over.
Okay, well, I have lost 3 energy production, so I'm at 17. So I think we're going to start by moving the go up 4. Now I'm going to actually let's just move him up 1. And does that give me a line of sight that I need?
Ah,
So he's just moving up 1. Then I'm going to spend 5 and attempt to use the Snow's accuracy buffing laser on Einar.
ooh, going for the +2 accuracy boost. This will give Einar a lot of damage. So you
I
did roll a
get
1.
1 reroll.
Here comes 1 reroll.
There
That's
we
a
go.
success.
Einar gets +2 accuracy.
So until the start of Kettle's next turn, Einar will
6, 7.
hit a lot easier.
I'm going
Oof,
to
that
move
was
like
7?
that. Yep.
Yeah.
Very nice.
Now I'm going to
It's pretty
spend
expensive.
2 and stab at the weakened Isa from melee
So you
range.
hit on. So normally the custom arc blades would hit on 4s or better, but because you have a +2 accuracy boost, they're going to hit on 2s or better, which means you just need to not roll 1s. Here's the roll. That's
Deals 4
not
damage
1s.
to Isa, which kills Isa.
Isa is down.
And now I believe Axis will pop up 1. Okay. Your go. Think that evened things up a nice amount.
I'd say so.
It's a pretty significant swing, I would say.
Yep, never underestimate Einer's movement value.
Or the power of a +2 accuracy buff.
Yes, as I said, the purely support robot on the aggro team seems odd till you play with it.
All right, and I'm down 4 energy, so I have 14 to work with.
Yep.
And the rest mandate is gone. Well, I guess your robot that I
I
was
mean,
targeting.
my robot died anyway, so. I mean, you could just scrap combine with your Esper Isa.
Or you could destroy the Arc 150.
Why
Yeah,
not
I've got
both?
2 or 3 good
Destroy the
options
Arc
here.
150.
I think it might be time to combine. Right? We are doing scrap combines?
We are.
Yeah, I think it's worth it to take both your Ender and Einer off the board because that really limits your combine pool.
You'd think that, but I think I'll be fine. So just remember, if you want to scrap combine, you can't move your Esper this turn.
Yes.
Jesse, does Geckel have line of sight on Einer right now?
So currently the Esper is in the way.
Yeah.
So you're going to want to move the Esper at least 1 space first.
And if you do that,
Gotcha.
you can't combine.
I
You
can.
wanna
I
hit
thought
with your
combining's
Geckel.
just an action.
You wouldn't be able to combine in using the Esper into the Esperiza because
scrap
with
combining.
scrap combining the robot has to stand still.
Oh,
You can't
It
okay.
is
move
the
scrap combine.
specific.
Oh, well, that changes things. Okay. Sorry. Give me a second.
I mean, you can still get the reroll up on Einer and then stun him in place. Your
All right, new
Esper
plan.
Isa has evade too, so it's not likely to die in the intervening turn.
I'm going to go ahead and use the Stun Volt.
Sounds good. Let's see the roll. Keep bringing more dice onto the table.
Actually, before they do that, I'm going to move out of range.
Who are you moving?
Sorry, I'm just figuring out range.
No problem. Totally understand.
And now I attack.
Oof.
Nice.
All the 6s. Okay, Shiner takes 1 damage and is stunned.
You could say he's playing Sixa.
Boo.
I tried, okay?
Actually, before I do that, sorry,
It's okay. Oh,
let's
stop.
unload with the Gecko.
You cannot.
Why
Einer
not?
is not in line of sight of the Gecko. The Esper is blocking.
Not targeting Einer.
Who are you targeting?
I'm targeting the Axis.
Oh, fair enough. Huh? Yeah, guess I'm just in range. You gotta fill an attack sometime. It'll be fine. Or not. That is... I really need to stop saying things like, you'll fail an attack sometime.
Seriously, wow. I'm not used to this kind of luck. Alright, so that was 3 damage to him.
To be fair, I've done the same exact thing all game. Yep, that has 3 damage to the Axis.
Alright, let's move the Ender in for the kill.
Esper. Ender was my guy.
Thank you, the Esper. The Ender is yours, yeah.
Yep, 2 dice.
Alright, twin pistol.
Yes!
Nope.
That's 1 damage. Okay. So,
Hold on a second. So I'm not sure which of these attacks are better for the Actyl. The Actyl Lance gives me range, but the Luger gives me more damage, potentially?
they actually both cap out the same damage.
Oh, okay.
The Luger actually is just more energy efficient.
Ah, crap, what'd I do? There we go. Sorry, you said Luger's just more damage?
The Luger's more accurate and it's more energy efficient.
Well,
More energy efficient.
it's-
That's not a problem for me right now. So I'll just stay out of range and
Yeah.
hit you with the Actyl Lance.
You do need to move up 1 to hit with the Actyl Lance. I'm 5 away from you.
Oh, so you are. And I have just enough energy for that, correct? Yes. Let's do
Yep.
it.
I am being punished for my hubris right now. Yeah,
Alright, 2 damage.
that is Einer down to 2. Okay. My go?
Yeah, go.
Okay. Well, I still have my 17. So we are going to start off. So your Esper there has evade 1. I am going to start off by accuracy buffing. Can I see the Axis? No, I can't see the Axis from there. That would be silly.
I was about to say.
I could
There's a
see the
robot and a
Axis
wall
from
blocking
there,
it.
I believe. Can I see the Axis? I think barely. Yeah, that goes past the corner of the wall.
I guess it's on the line there, but I'll give it to you.
Yeah. Okay, cool. So that's another 2 then. Now I'll roll to the accuracy buff the Axis. Let's see. 1-1. Reroll. There we go. Okay. So now I'm going to double attack with the Axis on your Esper.
Fair enough.
I'm looking for 2s or higher. No reason for me to roll the attack separately, so I'm just going to roll all 6. It's more fun.
Ooh.
That is 5 damage to your Esper.
All right. It succeeds on ones.
No, it fails on 1 because you have
There was
evade
1/1 there.
multi-hit.
Oh, it's multi-hit attack.
Yep, I'm using the Axis as machine gun.
Ah, okay.
Yep.
Wow. Pretty good roll.
That's good for me, yeah.
It was really good for you, yeah.
Okay. Well, both those guys are in a bit of a situation. Goes going to plot along up 1. Then I think Einar is going to attempt to custom arm Vulcan's your Gecko.
Sounds good.
So I roll 2 dice and I'm looking for 3s or higher. There we go. 2 damage to the Gecko.
Ah. Gecko down to 4.
Indeed. Okay, it is your turn. You are
Okay,
down
let's
to
see if we
11
can
energy
finish
production.
this. All right. And okay, thank you for setting me to 11.
Yep,
Einer's at 2 health, right? 1 health?
he is.
Two.
The Axis is at
Ooh.
1.
Ah, okay.
Einer's at 2.
And yeah, let's try and finish off Einer here.
Fair enough.
Well, let's pay for that one at a time.
So you're using the Ida.
Correct.
Ooh.
Ooh, yes.
The 1 comes out.
Come on, Einer.
All right, let's think I need to send in the Actyl here.
Am I getting stabbed here?
I don't really have the energy to spend stabbing you, so I'm going to hit you again with the Ida first.
Okay. That'll work.
There
Down
we
to 1.
go.
Now you're going to try the pistol, huh?
Already paid for that. Range 3, 1 energy.
You do need to move up 1 in order to hit me.
Yep, so 2 energy.
1 to move, 1 to shoot. Actyl type Luger.
Yeah, Einer's dead.
Yeah.
Einer down.
Just got headshot.
And the Axis should be in range of my Gecko, right?
It is. It hasn't moved, so. If it was in range last turn, it should be in range this turn.
All right, let's do it.
Pew pew.
This is a tense moment. Yes!
Oh!
Yes.
Unreal.
Okay, now we got a game.
Axis lives to fight another day.
And I'm out of robots to act, so the world's your oyster.
Okay, I have 12 whole energy. Ooh, makes me giddy. 2 to 3. Now let's fire the healing laser. Haha. Bet you didn't see that coming, did you? Haha, the snow has reroll 1. Haha. The Axis heals by 2, so it is at 3 life. Now the Go will move up by 2 as well. It is your go.
Technically it's your go, Kettle.
Yeah,
I
fair
agree.
point. Yeah. Can't argue with that. I can't. Yeah. Okay, Scott, your turn. Now
boy.
things are getting interesting.
Sure looks like I'm in a pickle now.
We both still have our scrap combines left. This is anyone's game.
We do, but your scrap combine options are far better than mine.
I mean, you can heal up your Gekkel turning into the Gekleon. You could combine your Gekkel with the Ida, then scrap combine with your dead Esper to make your rank 3.
Oh, you're right. It's not a it's not an Ion anymore, so I can still do it with my
Correct.
You can, yeah. You know, just giving you some options here. Figured you wouldn't mind.
No, not at all. I totally forgot that I can scrap combine that because that can get me back one robot. Fantastic.
Yeah. I gotta say that Esper's kind of tough to deal with.
It is. I'm gonna really miss that heavy mortar gun though.
It's done some work for you this game.
It has.
So is
And
the
I
stun
think that's
bolt.
might be the only way to overcome your healing laser.
But
is
what's
to just
better than
drain
one
you.
heavy mortar gun than 4 heavy guns?
I can't do that. My Oh wait, I can if I bring back.
Remember, you can
the
combine
Esper.
into the Gekkel, then scrap combine with your dead Esper.
Oh, thank you so much. I didn't even see that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We at Zephyr Workshop are
Yeah,
here to
that's-
help just because I want to see the Esper 4000.
Yeah, I want to see it too. All right, let's make this happen. We're doing it, bro.
Okay, let's do this.
Assuming you don't trick me into like having only 5 energy for a turn and then pulling a trump card.
No, I don't think that's very likely here. Even if he had some nefarious plan, he'd have to work really hard to manage to attack your Actyl.
All right, went back up to 11. Now down
Whose
to
mic
7.
is muffled? Would that be mine?
We think it's yours? Yeah.
That's weird. OBS seems to be picking me up fine.
All right, Ida 400
That is weird.
and Gekkel 100 combined to Gekkel Ion. Oops.
Okay, so apparently it's Scott that sounds a little low. That's interesting.
Oh, I sound low now?
So Kettle, you can adjust that
Yeah,
in Discord.
I'm going to adjust that in Discord a tiny bit. Sounds pretty clear on my end, so I didn't notice. Scott, try speaking again, see if that sounds a bit better.
Testing. 1, 2, 3. Hello?
I think we might be better. We'll find out very shortly.
I can turn up my gain pretty easily.
Breeze wants you to shout Final Fusion, Scott.
This isn't the final fusion yet. I can't shout that it's final fusion. It's a fusion.
Got a point. So you moved 1, 2, 3, 4, and then you spent 3.
I did, yes.
You have spent 7 energy. Okay.
Are you doing anything with your last 4 energy, or are you...
You can't.
I just need to
float
check
the
to make
Axis.
sure I don't get myself killed by the Axis.
Don't worry, the Axis is close range.
He's not going to be able to do more than 3 damage with the Axis.
Alright, I think
Now
the
he might
Actyl
be
is
able to.
totally safe. Oh wait, no, I think he can move close enough, can he? Yeah.
He could use the go to push himself in if you move closer to him, which could
please
be
do
bad.
That would be like the silliest thing. I'd love that.
It would be some value. Yeah, that seems reasonable.
Alright, I pass.
Okay, let's see what I can do. I've got the 12 full energy. Good number. I like having 12 energy. Okay. So, I think I'm going to spend 5 to heal up my Axis. Healing works. Axis is at full health again. No, I don't want to be there. The actions is going to actually stay put. Yeah, I think my guys are going to stay put for now.
All right, so you're passing.
Yeah, I think it's your go.
All right, I got 8 whole energy to work with.
Hey,
Fortunately, it only
totally
costs
enough
6
to
to
combine.
create. It only costs 6 to scrap combine into the Esper 5000. Haha.
Oh, so you're not combining this turn.
No.
Okay. Was that a
Interesting.
cloak or no?
No, I can't afford cloaking.
Okay.
How do I pick up the whole stack?
Drag and select it all, then click.
God damn it.
We did good.
The stack has been defeated.
And I pass.
Interesting.
Intriguing.
I
Nope.
don't think you can see that, so that's good. Okay, well, if that's the case, I'm going to start using my snow to accuracy buff the go.
Snow buff the go.
Oh, interesting.
Success, go at +2 accuracy. And I'm going to spend 1
That's-
on its arcing heavy mortar shell, targeting your axle. And I'm
You
looking
have
for
targeting
a 3
towards it?
or higher.
You have line of sight on it?
Arcing.
Oh, yeah. Shoot.
And I'm looking for a 3 or higher. That is a 3 or higher. That is 2 damage to the axle. Just remember, if your Geckel is the last robot alive, you lose because it doesn't produce 5 or more energy.
Correct.
Don't want to lose your chance to bring out the Esper, do you? Okay, now the axis is going to move 1. And I think that is my turn because I acted with all of them.
All right, I got 8. How do I select the whole stack again?
Hmm?
How do I select the whole stack again?
Just click and drag, select all of it, and hold.
Click and drag?
Yeah, like
Yeah.
create the box, select the entire stack. Like you're selecting a bunch of those.
Ah,
That's interesting positioning. I can still hit the axle.
can you? Oh, arcing. Crap. Keep forgetting about that.
You might like to combine this turn.
Yeah, I might have to just do that this turn. Yeah, because of that thing, I can't really sneak around you and get to the snow. Huh. So much for that plan.
People think the go is all about the shoving. But
They forget the power.
I still want to play dangerously. I'm going to cloak the Actyl.
okay. Let me see if I can take advantage of this and win the game.
Oh, yeah, I see what you're doing. Damn it.
What?
You were about to ram me to death, weren't you?
No.
6
I
spaces,
guarantee
yeah.
you I was not about to ram you to death.
You know what? I don't think I can really pull off any kind of thing. Let's just go ahead and combine then.
Okay.
All right. Gecko 4000 or whatever it's going to be called, and the Esper 100 scrap combined to Ender 4000.
Pokemon fusion noise starts. Sorry, Pokemon.
Yeah, there's some really
evolution
epic
noise
music
starts
going on
playing.
here.
Yeah.
That cost me all but 2 energy. And when it combines, it cannot be targeted or take damage until your next turn.
Yep.
And I'm going to go ahead and get.
Pretty safe.
I'm going to go ahead and get the Actyl out of there.
Okay.
If I can I? I don't know if I can escape that range. Now that I think about it. Oh. Go ahead. Sorry for the really long turn.
No problem. Should I say
Level.
no problem?
Here comes the power of the Esper. I'm excited to see some sweet rolls.
Go is going to stay there. Yeah, Go's going to stay there. Go's going to go on 2. Okay. Let's see what you can do.
That's your turn?
It is.
Huh. All right, so now I have significantly more energy to deal with, right? 6 plus 5, all the way up to 11. And unless there's something nuts I don't see, I think I could just go ahead and destroy your Axis. You're back to full health, though, right?
It is, yeah.
Well, let's give it a shot, huh?
Fair enough.
Brave final words.
All right, I don't think I want to move the Esper. Or do I? Oh, yeah, that doesn't matter.
I have a plan.
Yeah, I'm trying to figure out what your plan is, because I feel like you just
have a
intentionally left yourself
dream.
exposed.
I have a dream.
You've got a dream, huh?
Do
I've
you
got a
Wasabi?
dream.
Oh shit, that's a Les Mis reference versus. Never mind. Sorry. I realized that could have been a Martin Luther reference instead.
No, my sister's a theater major. Les Mis is a safe guess.
All right, let's just unload with the Esper. I don't see what's going on here. I'll just walk into this trap.
Okay.
All right, 4 dice.
Yep. 4 dice. Ooh, that is 2 damage.
All right, it's only 2 damage.
Yep. You want to move the Actolin to do some stabbing?
I think I want it to run away.
Okay, if you insist.
Yeah, I'm gonna run.
Okay. Let's see where you run. You cloaking?
Yes, cloaking.
Okay.
All right, go ahead, Kettle.
Okay. Well. Okay. So. Good. Snow is going to fire accuracy boost at the axis.
Mm-hmm.
With
I think your go is blocking.
And do I
Aha.
just check?
It's about the same line as the one earlier in the game that was going to like here.
All right. Yeah, I
Yeah.
guess you got it then.
So that is 5. Let's roll the buff.
Which laser are you using? The healer or the accurate?
Accuracy boost.
Oh, okay.
Okay, that's all landed in a pile. It says all of them are above 1 when I hover over it. I can reroll that if you want, but it does say all of them are above 1 currently.
Whichever you want to do.
That one said it was a 4 before. Let's just reroll it. Okay.
There you go.
There you go. Clean conscience.
Now I'm going to shove the axis.
Mm-hmm.
The almighty shoving powers. Actually, okay. I wish I could intentionally fail one of those. Actually, yeah, no, I don't think I can see you now. That's annoying. That could have been real nice. Could have hoped for like 3 dice, all 4 or higher, and just a one-shot that Esper there. Wouldn't have worked anyway, but you know. That would have been cool. Oh. Your go.
What was that second attack?
What
was that
it
last
wasn't.
attack
I
there?
was just messing around. I can't attack you from there.
Okay.
Your go.
Mm.
I got pushed 2 spaces farther than I wanted to.
Yeah. I think I just need to go after your axis. It's too overexposed.
Well, you do have to move to hit it.
I do have to move to hit it, yeah.
Question is, how do you want to move to hit it?
And I am indeed attacking your axis.
Let's see the roll.
Even though I'm a little nervous about leaving your go alive, but I don't think I got the energy to really deal with that.
Yeah, let's see the roll.
Damn.
2 more damage. Axis is
Too
at 1.
much.
Down to 1, huh?
Yeah.
Yep.
Does Axel want to be a hero?
Might be a
If
high
I-
price.
If I play I Need a Hero, does Echo want to be a hero?
All right, Axel, I believe in you. Oh,
He's
yeah.
a hero.
Well then. Now I've
Your
got to
turn.
get serious.
Axel did it, boys.
Time to get serious.
Well, as long as I'm not in the range of your whirling blades when you scrap combine, that was my fear.
Okay, let's go. I'm at 8. As you are aware, I am scrap combining.
Yep.
Einer and the go. Create the ARC 2500.
Aha. Here comes the ARC 2500.
7 more points of integrity to deal with.
I'll go.
Or
1
you could
and
just destroy the snow. Not that that would actually win you the game.
It wouldn't.
It is your go. Because I no longer have a go.
Ah, the Esper has vanished, but not cloaking anymore. Right.
Right. You have many evasion, but you can never cloak again.
Now let's take a look at the range on your
Right now.
guy.
So here we enter a very interesting phase of the game because the ARC 2500 is very good at dealing with the Esper 4000 due to the power of his radial attack.
Especially with an accuracy buff laser.
So positioning becomes even more important here. And the rest of this game is probably going to come down to a couple of critical turns and a couple of positioning decisions.
Is he cloaked?
That is indeed a cloaking move.
Okay.
Aha.
And as for the Esper itself, what have I got to work with? Ah, 5 movement. That's a lot. And you don't have any more shove attacks, right?
I do not.
Go ahead.
Okay, I'm at 11 energy. Going to start off by accuracy buffing Einer.
Mhm.
That's not in the double those. There we go. That will succeed. Einer gains +2 accuracy. Einer will move 1, 2. And Einer will do a perfect accuracy spin for 2 damage.
Oh, right. You don't need to target him because he's cloaked. Ah.
The power of the spin. Axel is down. So now it is Esper 4000 versus the ARC 2500 and the Snow 400.
To be fair, the Actal did some work that game.
Yeah, Actal surprising MVP.
That was... I think Actal got 2 of your kills there. So,
Alright, only 6 energy now, right?
yep. You're not out of the game, though.
Nope. Go ahead.
Okay. I see your
Hmm.
crits.
Oh no, you've seen through my plan.
Here we go.
Hmm. Very
Go ahead.
interesting.
I assume you want an accuracy buff before doing this?
I'm gonna move like
You can do it.
Then I'm going to accuracy buff Einer. I'm gonna move. Start out there. 2, 4, and 5. Let's actually buff the Einer. Okay, that's 2 1s. I'm not bothering to reroll that. Einer will move up 1 and 2.
Accuracy boost avoided.
And Einer will look for the 6s shooting at you with his archer shot.
Alright, let's see.
Oh, that was almost a 6. Okay. Your go.
Let's do this.
Yep, you're shooting Einer.
I think it's going to eventually come to that.
I think that's the only one you can shoot right now. Ooh, 2 damage.
Yep.
Okay. Let's see how this goes. Alright, at 5 life. I go.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
I'm nice and close, too.
You are. Now, why would I move there? That's ridiculous.
No, that spot was fine.
Yep. Fully master point. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Accuracy buff to the Einer. Reroll 1. Success. Einer is now going to spin at you threateningly. If I get a 6, this is over. That's 3 damage.
And game.
And Einer spins through the gunned menace.
Good game, Kettle.
Yeah, great game.
All right.
All right, thank you very much, guys.
That is the end of our first game for the night. That was a very close game. It came pretty much down to the wire there.
I think we saw a pretty good look at like Ixa's positioning shenanigans versus Einer's aggro.
Yeah, I'm pretty happy with what I was able to do with the initial early turns.
Well, I'm glad to hear it.
Yeah. So thanks so much for dropping by for the game. You are, of course, welcome to stick around and hang out if you would like to, Scott. I think Bryfox is up next.
Yeah, so long as my internet's not horrible.
Yeah, I was noticing you were having some connection problems there. Hopefully
Yeah,
those are
hopefully it's better
fixed.
now.
Well, Brad Fox, who you already claimed Poppet. Who do you want to play against?
Oh, well, Kettle, you just played, so I might as well take on Jesse.
All
Unless
right.
Breeze is available, but I'm not sure about that.
That's a good question. Calling all breezes. Breeze, please enter the chat. Breeze is updating graphics.
Yeah, that's important.
That's kind of important. So we can probably
Breeze,
leave him
so
to
Breeze
that.
would
if
be
you'd
able
like.
to play if we would like stop hitting stretch goals for a tiny bit. Just
Yeah,
take
if
it a
you
bit.
just
Take it easy, guys. Come on.
Yeah, come on, I want to fight Breeze. Have some consideration.
Well, we have this lovely setup here of Poppet versus Gamoon. So, looks like Jesse will be playing Gamoon, and Brythos will be the Poppet.
Oh, yeah.
Well, I guess
I
with
do
that
want to say
color,
that
we've
you guys,
got a brown
in
fox there.
Aegis and politics, my F5 keeps getting some serious work out this month.
All right. So let's do a quick rundown of these teams.
So can you give me a second to go grab some more water before I man the camera here?
Yeah, sure. No problem. We will take a quick 2 minutes.
Take 2 minutes, look over the Poppet team real quick, Bryfox, and we will be back.
Sounds good.
I am also going to go grab liquid refreshment, so I'll be right back. All right, I have returned.
All right.
I am back.
Solo Q for Life would like you to zoom out real quick and show off the roam.
So we have here a gigantic AEGIS logo. If you look down, the combining robot strategy game.
Yeah. We all secretly want to play games where the opposition can't play back. I always want to play games where I get to make decisions about what my opponent can do. I want them to be able to play, but not too much.
See, my favorite I-type's actually the Ika. You can do some sneaky stuff.
All right. So let's now that everybody's back and we've shown off this cool Kickstarter specific tabletop sim demo here, let's talk about some robots. What team should we start talking about first?
Let's start with Gamoon.
Alrighty. I'm all for that. Gamoon's a pretty cool dude, and I like playing him.
I mean, look at those sunglasses. He's got to be cool.
Yeah. So Gamoon pilots the GMD 100. Gamoon's a cool guy. He's the Sunset General. He guards the front with the Empyrean Realm. And he has a really powerful G-type robot. He keeps Etwall from advancing on his nation. So, to get into his abilities real quick, to start things off, he has the Swaggering Head Ram, which is a 6-space push that pushes at melee range. So it's incredibly powerful. It pushes for very long distances. And is just generally pretty good for a lot of things. You can use it to make your other robots more mobile by pushing them into the fight. You can use it to push opponents off the board to destroy them. You can push opponents into walls or into other robots to do damage to them. There's a lot of different things that pushes can do, and a 6 push is really powerful and really versatile. His second action is called the 70mm Sky Thresher. It is a 1-die, 1 single hit attack. It does 1 point of damage, but it also has anti-air 2, which means that if it hits a flying robot, it does 2 bonus damage to that robot. It's heavy, so he can't move and shoot in the same turn with the 70mm Sky Thresher, but that's not a big deal because it also has a range of 10, which is enormous on this map. He has 2 passive abilities. He has the ability Retaliate, so if he survives an opponent's action that's targeted against him, then he can shoot back at anybody he wants. He also has an ability, his commander ability, called Steady Fire. So during your turn, any of your units that has not moved has reroll 1, so you can spend 1 energy to reroll 1 failed die. That has a lot of synergy both with Gamund himself and with the rest of his team, as we'll get into. The next robot on the team is the AB-100. This is a G-aligned A-type. It has slightly lower movement than most A-types, slightly higher integrity than most A-types, sort of showing off that it's a bit bulkier, a bit slower, more like a G-type. It has a very powerful melee action called Hammer Thrash, which does 3 damage if it hits. But of course, it has to be in melee range to make that happen. And then it has a range attack called the Burst Cannon, which has a range of 3. It's multi-hit, and it hits on 5s or better, and does 2 damage per hit. So it's pretty good, gives it a little bit of range in case it can't get up close and personal with someone, and gives it some extra flexibility in those situations. Next up on the team is the Get 100, which is sort of the opposite to the Go 100.
Did you just skip over the ab?
What?
I think you just skipped over the ab.
No, I just talked
You
about
just did that.
Wow,
I just talked about all the cool things the ab does, and how
I
it...
thought you were talking about Gamund for a bit there. I am tired. Wow.
Nope. Ab punches people or he shoots them, and that's awesome.
Ab is real good at punching people. Okay, sorry, that's my bad here.
No problem. All right, so the Get is the opposite of the Go that we saw last game. The Go pushes people away, the Get pulls them in. It has the Getter grappling hook, which pulls in robots up to 8 spaces away, and it pulls them in 2 spaces at a time for each successful die. Then it also, if it gets somebody up close, it has the Getter Blunderbuss, which is a 3 damage action that can shoot at robots up to 3 spaces away, but it's heavy, so he can't move and shoot in the same turn. So this attack is really powerful. It's sort of the ranged version of the AB-100's Hammer Thrash, but you can't move the Get and use it in the same turn to sort of compensate. Next up on the team, we have the Ica 100, which, as mentioned, was Kettle's favorite I-type. So the Ica 100 is a really cool robot. It's kind of a normal I-type in terms of its energy, its movement, and its integrity. It has range of 8-1, so it's good against robots that are far away. It gets hit less often. But its ability is called Ica Beam Tentacle, and it's really cool and kind of unique to the Icas right now. So what Ica Beam Tentacle lets you do, you roll 3 dice, and as long as you get no 1s, you can move the targeted robot, who's up to 6 spaces away, up to 3 spaces however you'd like. That's as if it was normal movement. You can't walk them off the board or anything like that, but you can use it to move your own guys forward or move enemies in closer to you or move them away. There's a whole bunch of different things you can do. This ability is really versatile. It's also really synergistic with steady fire and heavy actions, because if you move a robot with Ica's beam tentacles, it hasn't used its movement for the turn, so it can still use heavy actions. So you can get a little bit of extra range out of some of those heavy abilities that way. And then the last robot on the team is the SSM-400. The SSM-400 is a missile-firing S-type. It has a minimum range of 4, so if you get too close to it, it can't shoot you. But it has a max range of 10, which is pretty far. It has the special ability Overload, so if it doesn't move, it can use both of its actions. And its actions are the same. They're 3 dice. Each die that's a 5 or better does 1 point of damage. So you could fire 3 missiles at a target, or 6 missiles at a target, or 3 missiles each at 2 targets, depending on how you wanted to split those out and
Similar
spend
to
your
what
energy.
you saw on the Einer team last game with the Axis.
Yeah, it's sort of the S-type version of the Axis from last game. So then let's go over the combines really quickly. First up, we have the AB 1000, which is a combination of the AB and NEG type. The AB 1000, when it comes into play, it deals 2 damage to all enemies in a radius of 2 around it. So that's really powerful. It has a whopping 7 integrity, which is really hard to get through. Its first action is called Double Pile Driver. It's a multi-hit melee attack. Each hit does 3 damage, which is a lot. And if it hits you with at least one of those 2 hits, it will stun you so that you can't move away from it. So basically, if it hits you once with the double pile driver, you're locked in combat with the ab until it destroys you, which will probably be another turn. Its second ability is Breaker Magnum, which is a slightly upgraded version of the AB 100's Burst Cannon. It's the same range, 3 range, same dice rolls, same accuracy, same damage, but it gains critical. So if you roll 6s, they do a bonus damage. The next robot on the team, the next combine, is the SSM 3000. It is a combination of the SSM and NEG type. It fires 5 missiles. They have arcing, so they can now shoot over walls. It has a minimum range of 4 still. Its max range is 10, but it also has a splash of 2, so it can punish your opponent for clumping their robots together. Then its second action is called Gravity Burst Field, and it is a AoE push, so you can use it to push allies or enemies away from himself, and he also gets to do that for free when he combines. So it's sort of a last-ditch effort. If they get too close to you, you can push them back away. And then the very last robot on the team, one of the coolest robots, is the level 3 Get Some, which is an AEGIS robot. It has 8 integrity, which is a lot. It doesn't have a ton of movement, but it won't need it. Its first action is the Great Left Hook, which does 4 damage and has force, so it pushes people away for 4 spaces. Which is pretty crazy, we could say. It does a ton of damage, and then it shoves people away. You could shove people off the board with it. You could shove people into walls for more damage. Super versatile, ton of stuff you can do with it. Its second ability is the Getter Winch Hook, which it also uses when it combines, twice. And this pulls a robot in 5 spaces. Then its last ability is the Rapid Fire Winch Hooks, which are a multi-hit hook that pull people in 2 spaces per success, and you roll 4 dice, so you could pull someone in up to 8 spaces. It has Overload, so it can use 2 actions if it doesn't move, and it has reroll 1, so it can get some higher accuracy on its actions. And that's the Gamoon team. It's trying to stay away from you, and then if you do get up close and personal, it'll use the AB and some of its combines in order to punish you for that. And that's its overall strategy. So now we have the Poppet team.
Oh yeah.
Poppet's pretty fun.
Would you like me to go over this one, or would you like to go over it, Kettle?
I think I'll go over this one. So
All
I
right.
honestly
I can't
don't
go
know
over it.
which team I'm rooting for.
I mean, if you'd like to, Bryfox, you're welcome to
I mean,
give
like,
the pitch.
I know the rules pretty well, and I am a professional
let's,
board game
Bryfox
master.
Go over it.
All right,
So,
go
yeah,
for it.
I don't know
let
which
you
team
know.
I'm rooting for here because you got 2 of my favorites right now.
We'll let you know if you miss anything, but other than that, go right ahead.
Sounds good. So, starting off with the L0, it's a Poppet's commander unit. 4 integrity
Hello,
is all
Poppet.
right. What'd I say?
The LO Poppet.
Oh, the LO. 5 movement, so it can go really fast. 3 energy production. First ability, the L-Fire Dual Nova. Rolls 2 dice, 5 or more multi-hit. It has a nice little short range of 4, but it does explode into a radius of 2, which will help when I clump all your guys together, or if you have some cloaking nearby or something. And then the Bomber Whirlwind is very fun, almost a guaranteed hit so long as there's... No, it is a guaranteed hit because you can't evade against a AoE, right?
Nope.
Correct.
The only thing that could affect it would be a direct accuracy debuff.
Yeah, so it's almost always going to hit, and she can use it after her other one because it's light, and you can use it twice.
Yep.
Well, not use it twice, use it after the other ability.
Yeah, you can use
that-
both actions because the second one is light.
Yeah, the cool
Yes.
thing about light abilities, you can also use it before you move and whatnot. The light ability
Oh, that's
is
good.
used anytime.
Yeah, only once per turn, but anytime you want while you're using that robot, which is pretty awesome.
Yeah, and
Put your
then
AC in.
Yeah. It was like a solid 80 degrees in my room, and that's not acceptable to me.
It's
Oh, wow.
77 in my room right now. I'm still waiting.
I have no clue what you guys are
Yeah,
talking
my
about.
AC is set to 77.
Oh yeah, we're talking to a Canadian. Doesn't know what heat is.
I don't know what those numbers mean. They seem like they're almost
right,
boiling.
Right.
Yeah,
Right.
yeah, we're,
Celsius.
77 Celsius right now.
That's insane.
That's why you put the AC in.
All right, let's continue this though.
25.
Okay, that's 20's all right. 25's a bit warm.
Yeah, and it was 27 in my room, and that was what led me to put the AC
Oh,
in.
geez, 27's too much.
There you go. See? We've translated. The power of the internet has allowed me to speak Canadian.
You mean speak the rest of the world?
He's got a point. Look,
All right, so talk to me about
you measure
Poppet's
things in
passive
hexes,
abilities.
okay?
Okay, so Poppet can also fly, so she doesn't need to worry about going around all the terrain or other robots, but she can't stop on top of them, which is important. And then if she's ever all by herself, she gets Evade 2 because of her Lone Crusade ability, which is super great.
Basically, not having robots around gives Poppet the freedom to just fly around wildly in like crazy patterns.
Oh,
And
yeah.
much
So-
harder
Doesn't care who she hits.
So Evade 2 is really powerful because it means all your opponent's actions have to roll 2 higher to hit, which makes Poppet a lot tankier than most E-types usually are.
Yep.
And so her commander ability is selfish, unlike a lot of the other ones we've shown off tonight, which sort of benefit the team. But it's also really powerful to make up for the fact that it only helps Poppet.
For sure.
And it does influence the other robots you want to bring along with Poppet and some positioning. So
Oh, yeah.
neat to build around.
So next up, we have the Arlie 300, 5 integrity, so pretty good. And first up, it's got the MSV Magnum pistol, which rolls 2 multi-hit, hits for 1. Nice short range of 3, and it's aimed, so evade does nothing against it. Which would have been really nice in my last game against Jesse, where I tried to punch something that could just fly around. That wasn't fun. And then the next is the overclock signal targeting. So everything in a 3 range radius gets an accuracy buff, including your enemies. So you need to be really careful with that one. And you know, there's a slight chance you'll miss, but probably not rolling 2s or higher on everything. And then it's got the combat drop, which personally I never use just because it's just not my playstyle. But it lets you start with him off the board. You don't get his energy production, but then you can drop him in almost anywhere on the board you want, so long as it's 6 places or more away from your opponent. Next up, the Esper 300, just 1 ability of the Gatling pistol. Rolls 4, everything hits or multi-hit on 4 or more for 1 damage at it's a nice short range, but it can move twice in its turn, and it has evade 2 just constantly, so it's really hard to hit once you get it in there. And then the gel, which produces barely any energy, but is just a nice tank with 6 integrity. Two very cheap missiles, the Gary 2 missile and the Gary mini missile, both hit on a 4 or more. The Gary 2 missile does do twice as much damage as the mini, but they both hit at range 4 with a nice little explosion. And I can use both in 1 turn if I don't move.
Yeah.
And finally, I have my healer, the Salve 100. I would switch it out for something that does damage, but then I can't even combine later on, so gotta have it.
You've got the L2000.
Yeah, but you can't make that awesome level 3 that we're going to talk about in a minute.
Yeah,
level 3
I want the
is,
level 3s.
When I said last game the Esper was my favorite level 3, I'd say this is my second favorite right here.
This
Oh,
is
yeah.
also my second favorite level 3, but my level 3 we haven't shown off tonight.
Mine is definitely
Jesse's favorite
the
level
Ion.
3, I think's number 3 or 4 on my list, so it's pretty awesome.
So for my Salve 100, I've got just the Repair Ray 1, which roll 3 dice, all 2s are better, and I can heal something at range 4 for 2 damage, which is nice. Or I can do the same roll and heal everything in a 6 range for 1, which again is dangerous if it's close to my enemies.
If your enemies are damaged. If they're not damaged, it doesn't matter.
For sure, that's a very good point. And it can move at a normal speed of 4 if I use its double move on its regularly S-like 2 movement. So that's my base team. Let's get to the cool stuff with the
I
combines.
think it's all pretty cool, but I don't know.
Oh yeah, it's just this is even cooler because they're combining, and that's the whole point.
So just real quick, while we're just moving over here, I just want to show off the picture of Poppet's face, just to show what kind of maniac we're dealing with.
Oh yeah.
Okay.
All right,
There
so
we
the L2000 bomb that shoots missiles. That sounds right up Poppet's alley. So average movement and integrity with 5 each, and then its main attack, the L-Fire burst missiles, can hit twice at rolling 5 or better, and a nice range of 5 with a 2 radius explosion afterwards. And after I combine into it, I will deal 2 damage to all enemies in the 3 radius. So I can combine in the middle of my guys, and they're fine. I like that it says enemies on that one. And then flight and retaliate, which I believe Gamoon has a ton of, so I don't need to go over that one.
Awesome.
Next up, the Salve 100.
1,000.
1,000, yep. 100 would be just a single level.
So tonight we have the Get Some versus the Wonder Swan.
Oh, yeah. Wonder Swan's the 5,000, right?
No, Wonder
No.
Swan is the 1,000 that looks like a swan.
Yes, that makes more sense. I just think the Wonder Swan is such a grand name, it deserves the level 3.
I refer to the 5,000 as Terminator Pope, but that's just me. Like,
well,
literally, that's just me.
The Salve 1000 is nice because it does keep the radial healing on its regeneration field Stratos. Roll 3 dice, all 2s are better, and it heals 2 damage to everything around it, which I also get to do the moment I create it with its combine ability. But then it also has the exact same roll and range on something that actually deals damage, so I am actually interested in turning into this one.
So Salve combines are really cool because we try and like mirror their healing and damage abilities, and
Okay.
ends up kind of neat. You'll see that on the next robot too.
Yeah.
Sweet, and then flight and double move, so I can go almost clear across the map with 10 movement using the double move.
Yeah.
But that would be
You can do
expensive.
that, but
It
flight
would
double
be
move is powerful because you can fly over terrain, damage something, then fly back over the terrain.
Oh yeah.
So do some cool stuff.
And finally, the Salve 5000.
Terminator Pope. Look at that pointy hat.
Oh yeah. And yeah, it looks like it is very similar to the Wonder Swan, except rather than having radial abilities, it does a bit more healing and damage, but to a single target at range 5.
It also has a special ability called
It does have Empower 2. Pay 2 energy, and this robot's actions gain 2 radius until end of turn. So that would be a radius at the end of the 5 range, not around it and
Yeah,
the 5
so
range.
it basically functions like the L2000's missile, 5 range.
Yeah. Exactly, and so that's also fantastic. And with that should be all of my robots.
So if you notice, the Poppet team has a pretty heavy AoE focus.
Yeah, all but one of my bots has AoE.
Poppet team's also very skirmishing oriented. You really want to fly around and pick off robots.
Oh yeah.
Try and corral the enemy into a group. It's actually kind of similar to Ixta's team with all the piercing and cloaking. So
Yeah,
All right, let's roll to kick this thing off.
sure thing. What do you got? Show
So
me.
I'd like to hear in
Oh.
chat which of these two teams are you guys
One
rooting
second here. I'll be right back.
Oh, all right, no problem.
for? Are you rooting
What are you
for?
looking for?
Hmm?
What are you looking for out of chat?
I want to hear from chat which of these teams they're rooting for. Because we've got Poppet with the crazy and explosions. We got the Moon with all that, look at that swag there.
Yeah, swag.
I want to hear who chat's supporting here.
I'm rooting for swag, both because I'm playing Gamund and because I think that Gamund is way cooler than Poppet.
I don't know. Gamoon's pretty cool, but the fact that you're playing him might be a reason not to.
Wow, that's
Hmm.
harsh.
Look, I gotta support the fans. I mean,
We got a Diane support between these two. That's gonna be difficult for her, but we'll see how Diane does in this matchup. Doesn't look like anybody agrees with me on Gamund so far.
yep, we have a vote for Diane, so there we go.
Oh no. Why did you take away my commander's awesome icon thing?
We had a vote in chat for Diane. No votes for Gamoon. Okay, I'll give you back your Gamoon.
Sorry about that.
No problem.
Gamoon
All
got
right.
temporarily replaced by a Diane, but he's back now.
All right. So let's kick things off with a roll.
So Bride
Okay.
Fox has the backing of chat. Let's see if he can
Yeah?
pull off the win.
Nice. Well, I won the roll up.
Won the
so
roll.
It's a good start. Kind of wish that the terrain hexes were a bit darker. They blend in pretty well right now.
Yeah, it's definitely so. In earlier versions of the tabletop simulator demo, we had specific pieces for the terrain. We're going to go back to a system like that and make them a little bit more visible and obvious, but we don't have the final terrain assets to go along with our awesome new board.
Yeah, for sure.
So we're working through that.
Bride Fox messing up all the carefully angled rotations I set up.
Yeah.
Put his robots at a crisp 90-degree angle.
Well, it looks weird on the board otherwise.
Oh, matches up perfectly. Look at that. Not
Do
my
it
fault.
however you want.
It's not my fault.
I have
It's
my
a weird
rotation settings a bit high.
There we go.
The
That's
30-degree rotation is the secret tech.
there you
Oh,
go.
I like the 45.
But that
Yeah,
messes you
45,
up on
I think it
some
makes it
nice
a little
angles.
harder. All right, so you've placed your robots, so now I'm going to place my own. I'm going to...
If you're using 45, you miss out on those sweet 60-degree angles. That absolutely perfect.
critical, some might say.
Mhm.
I'm going to position my robots like so. And that will make it your turn to start things off.
All right. I just want to quickly go over my energy production. I got 10, 15, 16, 18. All right. Let's start with just getting Pop It out there. 1, 2, 1. And then they'll have to get out eventually. I guess we'll start now.
Ah,
Double move.
the Esper 300 movement.
And that's all I've got.
Alrighty. So that makes it my turn. I have 3, 7, 9, 13, 18 energy. My energy tracker is already helpfully started out there. I'm going to kick things off by using Gamoon's swaggering head ram on my AB, which will drop me to 15 energy. I'm going to roll 3 dice. I am looking for no ones, and if I succeed that, I will push the AB 6 spaces. And that is no ones, so the AB goes flying forward. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6.
Oh man.
Next up, I'm going to use the Ika's Ika Beam Tentacles on my Gamoon.
You're
Rolling
going to hear that phrase a lot this game.
That's going to succeed because I rolled no ones, and I get to move Gamoon 3 spaces. 1, 2, 3. Next up, I'm going to move the Get 1, 2, 3 spaces in a different direction, dropping me to 9 energy. I'm going to waddle my SSM up 1, 2 spaces. And with my remaining energy, I am going to move the AB 1, 2. I lied. 1, 2, 3, 4. Haha, baited the lime drawer. Power. And that, I have now acted with all of my robots. I have 3 energy left for the turn, but I don't have anything else to do with it. So it is your go.
Jesse.
Okay. Back up to 18.
Jesse, stop bamboozling the intern.
Listen, I was drawing the lines the last time, and I got baited repeatedly.
You're not
I
the
didn't
intern.
take any moves back though. I
Oh no, I
was
talking about the stream on Sunday. I was talking about last Wednesday. You weren't playing in that one.
Yeah, she was. On Sunday?
No, I wasn't.
Jen,
Last
you-
Wednesday.
Oh,
Wednesday.
last Wednesday. Yeah.
So that's 4 movement. And then let's kick this off with a Gatling pistol at your AB. Oh, wait, no, I needed to move 1 more to make it 4. Which I did. Yes. There. I counted it right and moved it wrong. Okay, 4 dice.
Oh boy. Dice
Pay my
based
4
combat.
energy. And I am looking for 4s or better. That's 2.
2 successes. AB takes 2. AB drops down to 3 integrity.
Oh man, I forgot that the center was a giant terrain tile.
Yeah. A little different than some of our other layouts, but
Yep. That's actually really nice. So I'll get my gecko or my gel out there. And let's move my Arlie in. There we go.
All right. How do I want to play this? I'm going.
Badly. You want to play it badly.
I don't want to play it badly. I want to play it goodly. I'm going to use the Ika on my SSM 400. That's going to succeed. SSM 400 is going to move over 1, 2, 3 spaces, which will leave me both with a line of sight to your Esper and just barely in range of your Esper.
All right, you got to roll 6s though.
I do. So I'm going to fire off my first salvo of missiles. 1, 2, 3. I'm going to roll these 3 dice. I did not get a 6, but I will pay 1 to re-roll this 1 and see if I can get a 6 out of it, a deal. I did not. Then I'm going to spend 3 more energy in order to use my overload ability and fire off my second set of missiles.
All right.
There is
I
six.
got 1 success. So that is 1 point of damage.
Oh, dang.
So, Jesse, what would you say if we eventually made a high-ranking Ica combine named the Ica-Redible?
The what?
Ica-Redible.
No.
There's no R types, so you can't. Get your puns out of here.
But rank 5s don't necessarily need to have the last name be a robot type.
Why would an
Yeah,
Ica be a rank
Infinity.
5?
You
Also-
want an Ica rank 5? Imagine just the Ica's the head and the tentacles are forming like a jester's hat.
Also, infinity's a number, not a word, thank you.
Ooh.
And so it falls under the designation of any other robot in the game that has a class plus or make plus numbers after it.
Look, I want to do some with the name. Like, I want to do a rank 5 Gon with the different name first, and it's called the Omegon.
And then with my last bit of energy, I'm going to move 1 space over. And that will 2 spaces over. And that will do it. It is your turn.
All right. Back to 18. And one, two, three. We will start with the Elfire Dual Nova
Alright.
after your ab. So looking for 5 or 6.
Yep.
Ooh.
Perfect.
That's 2 damage.
Add down to 1.
And now, my Bomber Whirlwind, just to get that guarantee kill in. There we go.
Alright, ab down.
I've just got poppeted.
Ab got exploded.
Let's get these dice out of the way. Go 1, 2, 3, 4. One, two, three, 3. And double move. Haha.
Mm.
All right.
Alrighty. Let's see.
So you're down to 14 energy now, right?
That is correct. I am producing a lot less energy than I was a turn ago. So with that in mind, let's see what we can set up. I'm going to... I am going to Ica the Get, rolling 3 dice, looking for no ones.
Oh,
Got a 1, but I have my steady fire ability, so I'm going to pay 1 more energy to reroll that 1. That's a success. So I'm going to move the Get. 1, 2, 3.
into a Gamoon head ram, I'm guessing.
No, actually, I'm going to move Gamoond over 1, 2, And then I'm going to use the SSM, who is on the line of sight
Yep.
with your Esper, and still in range. And I'm going to fire some missiles at it.
Looking for sixes.
Looking for sixes. Trolling for sixes. That's 1 6.
Okay.
I'm gonna re-roll a 5. See if we get lucky. Nope.
No.
Then I'm going to roll the second set, thanks to my overload ability. That is
a
another
six.
6.
The Esper is down.
Dang.
Exile.
Some quick deaths this turn, or this game.
Got him.
Yeah, we're getting some fighting going
so-
on here.
That is... I have 1 energy left, but I've acted with all my robots, so that makes it your turn.
All right. Well, now that I have an E-type down, which loses me 3, so I'm starting at 15. I think that it's time to just go to the Wonder Swan. So I will pay 6. And bring that in.
I feel like this was your plan all along, so you didn't have to deal with like the healer.
It was a nice bonus.
All aggro all the time. That's why you like the Rios team.
Yeah. All right, and now with my remaining 9, let's go 1, 2, 3.
But wait, the Rios team has a salve on it.
Yeah, but I always swap him out. Always. No, we'll just go the 1 there. And I'll just end with 2 extra energy. That's fine.
I appreciate the board commentary. Bye.
Shiny. I don't see anything that says Chrome though, so I'm gonna give it
Oh.
a 5 out of 10.
It will fly eternal.
Shiny and Chrome.
I just figured it's what Papa would say.
Witness me. I like to just imagine Papa is just slowly reenacting Mad Max in her head.
Yes.
But like, she's the guitar guy.
Oh, the Doof Warrior's the best.
Yeah, Papa's just like hanging out on the front of the giant flying jet, playing a flaming guitar.
Wearing her mother as a mask.
Oh yeah, that was canon.
Yeah.
Yup. Super creepy. Anyways, it's your go. I don't know if I mentioned, or if you're just thinking.
What has my daughter done to wear her mother as a mask?
Her mother died, and it's just badass to wear your mother's face as a mask.
No.
I feel like I shouldn't let you plan the next Halloween party.
I think that's actually a question that is up for debate, is
It's
the
Hannibal
badassery of
Lecter
wearing
to
your
wear
mother's
someone's
face as a mask.
Yeah, I don't think Bry Fox is invited to the Death Workshop Halloween party anymore.
Well, like, post-apocalyptic badass, not modern badass.
Whoa,
Still
do you
no.
want to tell your mother that you have conditions for when you'd wear her face as a mask?
Alright.
It was Mother's Day this past weekend. Do you really want to do this?
I'm gonna spend
Mother's Day.
3. So I'm gonna spend 3 energy and use Ica Beam Tentacles on my Get.
Can you still reach it?
Yeah, it's
I'm
range.
just barely in range.
Wow.
That Ica has not moved. I mean,
The
it
power
could have,
of the
'cause-
tentacles.
That's
It could
ridiculous.
have, because I don't think you need to steady fire most of your rolls.
Correct. But I don't need it to have moved so far. Then I'm going to move Gamund 1, 2, 3 spaces. And I'm going to Swaggering Headram.
There we go.
I'm looking for no ones. We got it, boys.
Ooh.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Get this dice out of the way.
Don't get collided with the dice and take contact damage.
No. Then,
Fine, it only had 1 hex of movement left anyway.
with my remaining 5 energy, I am going to scrap combine, combining my get with my ab in order to
Oh
create
no, 2 damage to pop
ab
it.
1000, getting in a guaranteed 2 damage to pop it. Kaboom.
Oh,
Jesse, only 6 deal an absolute.
And Gamund. Gamund deals in absolutes.
I like the commentary. It's 10 out of 10.
My
So,
throat hurts, so I'm drawing instead.
so that is my turn because I'm out of energy.
okay. Back to 15.
The AB
Let's see.
1000's pretty badass. It punches you with its guns.
One, two, three, four. Whoops.
Haha.
I'm just gonna get rid of that guy because
Oh, the combined
easier.
Luther. It's no longer stacked.
Not a believer in the power of stacking combines.
no, they're
Just
stacked
remember,
in
you
my
have double
heart.
move. You can keep on going.
No, I don't need to because from here I'm gonna do something really off-brand and heal pop it.
You can't. It's radius.
Oh, this is. I was looking at the 5,000 before.
That's why I was saying you can keep moving.
Yup. So I need to move 2 more spaces.
Haha.
Now
Puzzles.
I will heal for 3 energy. Ugh, this is an expensive at turn.
I mean, would you rather have a dead poppet?
I'd rather be dealing damage right now.
Heals. Poppet gets
Oh.
healed for 2.
So she's back to full.
Yep.
Let me just check out your ab stats again. Range 3, okay.
Just remember, if you boost the accuracy of your salve, it always hits. Because those are 2 up.
Yeah, but that is just so much extra money. Or
Yeah, it's a lot of energy.
Not
to do.
worth it.
Money? Wow. So for every point of energy you spend, you're adding $1 to your pledge, is what you're saying?
No.
Are you sure?
I mean, if you're
Well, that
if you do
depends.
that,
Can
we'll
you
add
open
in,
up another
one of the command-
$500 slot?
I mean, under those conditions, like
Mm.
you'd probably end up funding an entire stretch goal on your own. So I mean, you might as well just upgrade to the $9.99 tier while you're ahead.
It's true. You could get the
We go here
good
and
old
shoot.
archivist here.
You have no energy, so now's a good time to shoot Gamund if there ever was one.
That's kind of rude, don't you think?
What?
Shooting Gamund. I mean, really, the nerve.
Oh, I can't quite hit it. 1, 2, 3, 4. So I've got to go for the ab. You're
All
lucky,
right.
Gamund. So 2 dice, 5s or better, which will
Yep.
deal 2 damage each.
Let's see it.
There we go. 2 damage. And your turn.
Oh, Bryfox, we've got another offer for you in chat. If you add 1,000 to your pledge, you will get a $50 gift card to the App Store.
Huh. Couldn't I just use the $50 that would have been part of that?
No. You don't understand. This is a gift card.
Oh. Obviously worth more.
Exactly. Like, I don't know why this is even a point of debate. It's a premium gift card. Sorry, it's
Oh,
a
fancy.
PREMIUM gift card. 10 out of 10.
5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 17 energy to start my turn.
Ooh, you came back.
Oh yeah, the power of
How much
scrap.
energy was I supposed to have? 6, 7, 8, 13. I should have had one more energy. I could have shocked a moon. It's fine.
It's fine. It's fine.
This is my fault for not checking that.
I'm gonna use
Oh.
I'm gonna use the Ika's Ika beam tentacles.
When the
Targeting.
Ika, when the Ika has
Yeah.
moved, you know stuff's getting serious.
No ones.
Yeah.
Aha. 1, 2, 3 spaces.
I feel like the swan's about to get punched.
Then I'm going to move
Yeah.
one additional space.
Oh no.
And I'm going to activate the double pile driver.
I don't have any evade on my Wonder Swan. What is
Correct.
Oh
this?
no.
I'm
Surprisingly,
going
the salve is not really meant for frontline combat against an ab.
The
Weird.
salve is intended to duck in and out of combat rather than being in the thick of it.
I think that describes Poppet's team, actually. I'm rooting for you, Bryfox.
Here comes the roll. Alright, that's
Never
fine.
mind.
I'll take it.
You almost did.
So that does 3 damage to the salve, and it's stunned, so it can't move next turn.
Oh,
Which
lovely.
is a little bit of extra insurance policy for me, because it means that Poppet's going to have a hard time shooting the ab.
Got a
Then,
Yeah. But
That
I
leaves me
can
with
just shoot you.
Am I in range? Or I am in range. I am also in line of sight. I have 6 energy. I'm gonna fire some missiles at your Arlie.
I am not nearly as good with Poppet.
I'm going to fire 3 missiles. That is 2 hits.
Arlie's at 3.
Arlie's at 3. I think I'll leave that alone for now, actually. And instead, I'm going to... So I have 3 energy remaining. I'm going to spend 1 of that energy to use Gamoon's 70mm Sky Thresher targeting Poppet.
Okay.
I'm looking for a 6, but a 6 will do 3 damage.
Okay,
That's a
six.
6! That's 3 damage.
Dang.
That's pretty sick.
Haha. So I have 2 energy remaining. I've acted with all of my robots, so I am going to pass the turn back to you.
Bryfox, I'm rooting for you.
That doesn't help. I mean, it's nice, but doesn't affect anything.
Part of the cards, Bryfox. Believe in the Poppet that believes in you.
I
Believe in the
do.
fact that we are $60 off from hitting the 36K stretch goal.
Ooh. What is the 36K stretch goal?
It's a good question. Hey, Reese, would you like to tell us a little bit about the $36,000 stretch goal that we are $60 away from
I
hitting?
believe he's updating the graphics as we speak, actually.
Nice. So
Yeah.
I'm going to shoot.
That's great.
I don't want to shoot. I'll
And
do that last.
since Bryfox is adding $1 for every energy he spent, we're going to hit that stretch goal as soon as this game's over, right?
Okay, well, my Wonder Swan is going to use its degradation field.
All right.
3 energy.
Here
Looking
comes...
for no 2s.
Or no 1s.
No 1s, yep.
Yep, you
So
got it.
that's 2 damage to your ab, leaving you down at, what is that now, 3 or 4? I hit you
What
before
did
with
you
Poppet.
hit with?
I hit you for 2 with Poppet.
Okay, so that puts me at 3.
Okay.
Oh, you could kill it without killing the swan.
What? Not easily.
All you have to do is get 2 shots off with the Arlie, and then use Poppet's AOE.
Can he even get in? Yeah, barely.
I'm gonna do it. So there's 4.
You can't quite see it through there. The swan's blocking. That's no, that's not 4. That's 3. 4 would be here.
Yeah.
Oh, and that works.
Yeah, that lets
Sweet.
you see it. Yeah.
Sweet.
So I need you to roll a 1 here.
And I
Okay,
want you
I'm
to
looking for
2s or better.
2s or better.
2 energy.
Spending my 2 energy. Ooh,
Down to 1.
and then I.
Don't.
So Poppet needs to move in 1 space
Which is enough to destroy your
and
swan.
then spend. Nope. Oh, it is.
Yeah.
Yes.
He was here.
You're not going to have enough energy to destroy my robot without also destroying the swans.
You know, I'm gonna have to say that's probably worth it.
Alright.
Because yeah, your ab is a lot of damage all the time. So yeah, I will roll my 3 dice to roll 1s or
Poppet
better.
Making the sacrifice.
did it. Swans and ab are both destroyed.
I believe.
Leaving us
Doesn't that weren't those both scrap combined as well? So
They were.
yeah,
Yes.
that is a play.
So we are in the good old-fashioned 3v3 from here.
That also cut back a lot of both of our energy, but your energy is coming up first, so
Mm.
hopefully that'll
So-
work out.
I have 12 energy. I'm going to kick things off with Gamund firing at Poppet with the Sky
Yeah.
Crash.
Looking for a
Roll this dice.
Gotta get a 6.
Oh.
Gamund is putting in work this game.
Dang.
Then I'm going to count some spaces.
That was. This might
How
be
far
the
am
end
I?
for Senior Bryfox. Can he turn this around with
I'm going to use...
that gel is full health,
Oh yeah.
but there are no more scrap combined.
I'm going to use Ica Beam Tentacles on the SSM.
Interesting.
Leveraging... What?
So both the gel and Gamund are still at full health.
Ah,
Ooh, that is.
alright.
Wow.
So I'm not moving anything with the Ica this turn. Triple 1s is rough. Well, in that case,
So what is your energy at?
I spent 3 on that. I started at 12. I spent 1 to fire Gamund and 3 just now. So I have 8 remaining.
All right.
So I am going to move 1 space with the SSM. 2 spaces with the SSM.
What will Dryfox do?
And that leaves me with 6 energy, and I am going to end my turn.
Okay.
Dryfox is unable to make any more combined. Jesse does still have access to Missile Goat if he wants to. Right here. The SSM at 3000. Will we see that this game? Who knows? But be prepared for some shenanigans.
Sorry I missed most of that turn. My dog jumped on me and kind of attacked me.
Dogs are a valid excuse. It's accepted.
He flobbered on my mic too.
Oh.
Okay,
Look,
your go.
I
I'm just
understand.
getting out of range.
I get to hang out with Alaskan sled dogs next month. It's gonna be great.
Oh my god, they're amazing.
How to do this correctly?
This tree right here isn't terrain, is it?
I believe that tree and only that tree is terrain.
Oh yeah, it's.
Curse you, board and your symmetry, terrain.
It is. Okay, good to know.
It is the thickest, sturdiest tree.
Okay. I'm going to use the ICA
What?
on the SSM. No way! Inconceivable!
I told you guys at the beginning you would be hearing this a lot.
I'm going to activate Steady Fire to reroll my 1.
Yeah, use that energy.
That's a success.
I'd like to point out
Critical move.
that Jesse is getting very lucky with these 6s.
Yeah.
He might be rolling himself out of a crucial moment. We'll see.
I don't think that's how probability works, but sure. I'm going to move the SSM up 2. I'm going to activate... Whoops. I'm not going to move the ICA because it's already active. I'm going to activate the SSM. I'm going to fire the first set of SSM tracer rockets at your Arlie.
Okay.
That's 1 success. I have 5 energy remaining. I'm going to spend 1 of it. Reroll a die. That's 2 successes.
Okay, 1 left.
1. I'm going to spend 3 more energy to fire off the second set of missiles thanks to my overload ability. 1-5 here does it.
End the game.
That's a 5. That's going to take out the Arlie, leaving you with only the gel, who can only produce 2 energy, which is not enough for you to continue fighting.
Oh, dang.
That is the game.
That was brutal.
That was quick.
We had some great plays on both sides. Poppet did some damage, but Gamoon with those anti-air cannons really
Oh,
saved
man,
the day.
yeah. I need some
And-
practice with Poppet, for sure.
Poppet is a very different team from a lot of the other teams that we have because it's so focused on those like AoE bunch-up situations. You can play it very aggressively, but a lot of the time it plays really well if you can set things up effectively.
Yeah, I
And
just
if you-
couldn't get in the middle of your forces quick enough.
Yeah, you
Yeah.
didn't have an opportunity really because I was putting so much pressure on some of your robots.
And I like to focus on moving everyone out a little bit all the time, and that's just not how to play this team.
Yeah, that team really wants to move a couple guys out at a time.
Yeah.
Hmm.
The Gamoon team is also pretty interesting since you're focusing on moving your guys through other units' abilities and careful positioning with that. If you guys noticed, the SSM was a pretty big MVP this game. It
Yeah,
managed to do a lot of work.
Oh,
the
yeah.
SSM did 6 damage, I think, over the course of the game.
Yep, and as we've
Just-
seen in
Mhm.
previous games as well, if you throw in the soar that's in the sideboard there with the damage buff, the Gamoon team can get some pretty interesting combos in with that force.
Oh, yeah, it could.
So a lot of that game for me came down to using the ICA to position the rest of my team. And you saw that there was a lot of time there where I was just moving my pointer around counting because I had track of all of the max ranges of my abilities and keep track of where I could hit you from and where you couldn't hit me from. Because I knew that like if the gel got in close, I would have been in for a bad time.
Yeah, maybe I should have gone for the L2000 rather than Wonder Swan.
Maybe. Both of them are pretty viable.
Yeah, hard to tell.
The L2000 is certainly a hard robot to deal with. I think both were fine, and I don't think that you made a mistake by making the Swan, certainly,
No.
because it also healed your Poppet up.
Which let me kill your ab.
Yeah, it let you kill my ab. It saved your Poppet for, like, if we assumed that all our dice rolls were the same over the course of the game, it
Yeah.
saved your Poppet from being immediately destroyed by Gamoon. It definitely had some impact.
Yeah, and Poppet being like she was in the center of all your forces, and that's where I dealt most of my damage for the game was with her in the
Yeah.
middle of everything.
Yeah, absolutely. You managed to completely destroy my my ab level 1 and my ab level 2, which is a lot of damage. So that was certainly very good for you. I just happened to I definitely got a little lucky with the back-to-back Gamoon successes.
Yeah, those anti-airs are
There was
ridiculous.
some clutch.
Yeah.
So
Yeah,
now we're
Gamoon-
seeing the
Gamoon is
power of
really
anti-air. Gamoon pretty effective against some of those flying units, and you should never underestimate the 10 range, even if you're not flying. Being able to ping a robot for 1 at 10 range can be really effective.
Oh, that's fantastic.
Yeah. That's really nice. And then if he happens to be out of range of someone somehow, he can always just push your guys in closer or push enemies who are too close away. He just is an all-around a great level 1 robot.
Mm-hmm.
And I'm a huge fan of playing.
Strategy behind him. And steady fire is a really fun ability.
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of playing Gamoon because I spend the entire time feeling like I'm really embroiling myself in tactics and in like careful positioning and planning. And that's the way that I like to play games like this, is with a lot of careful positioning and planning and taking advantage of all things like that steady fire ability.
Now, I would like to say, Bryfox did an impressive job chewing through that ab.
Oh,
no,
yeah.
I did not expect to actually kill that thing.
Absolutely.
Ab one, he actually killed both abs that game, I believe.
That's 12 damage there. That's insane.
That's a lot of tanky health to go through. The abs are pretty beastly.
No, I was happy once I got through that first ab.
That ab could have done a lot more work than it did, but he managed to
the first ab literally didn't hit anyone. And the second ab did 5 damage overall, but 2 of that was guaranteed damage from its combine ability. It only actually hit something once. Yeah.
So that ab ended up very well contained, which could have been a real difficult point for Bryfox. So that was pretty impressive.
Yep. Yeah, so good game.
Yeah.
I had a very fun...
One day I'll beat you.
Yeah, probably. We'll keep going at it. I'm sure you'll beat me at some point.
Once we
everybody
add Rios into this demo in a future week, you're the first one we'll call.
Yeah, so this was a lot of fun. I had fun playing this team. It's interesting because obviously with the big terrain piece in the middle, that impacts how effective like long range robots are, but there was still a lot of play around that middle that I thought was really interesting.
No, I liked that middle terrain piece a lot.
So just a note about terrain, the final game is actually going to come with terrain punch-out pieces, so you will be able to customize your terrain between games. We will have a few suggested layouts for you, but you'll be able to mix and match it and do things like have the big terrain in the center, which is actually new with this map. We hadn't been playing with that on stream before this map design, so pretty.
Yeah, so we'll have some recommended. We'll have some recommended layouts, and our goal with those is going to be to sort of focus on these sort of symmetrical layouts where the terrain on both sides is balanced so that both teams have the same amount of cover.
Obviously, there will be some rules, so like you can't just box your opponent in with terrain.
Yeah, we're gonna have some recommendations about how to place terrain so that you're not like able to just go, oh, the terrain is that there's a wall around my opponent, and so they can't ever leave, and I'm gonna shoot them with arcing shots. But
well, if they have a team of all flyers, then that could be interesting.
Yeah, and so certainly if you and your opponent are happy to play that way, by all means go for it. We're gonna have some like custom terrain ground rules that people can choose to ignore if they want.
Yeah.
But our thought is really just that way I can say to you, hey, do you want to play a custom terrain game of Aegis? And you're not going to be like, oh, I have to play all flyers or all arcing robots just in case my opponent walls me in.
Excuse me, sir, Arc Tribal is the best thing. All arcs, all arcing, and especially the arc that has arcing. That is like the best team, and I will hear no comments otherwise.
Bisecting the map and having arcing robots is certainly an interesting idea for a game mode, and I would encourage anybody who has the final game to try that out. It's probably not very balanced because most robots in the game aren't going to be playable.
New game mode idea. All robots gain arcing and retaliate, and we call it robot volleyball, where you bisect the map.
What do robots with arcing gain? Do they gain double arcing?
They gain crit.
What if they have arcing and crit already?
They get a second instance of crit.
What if they already have 2 instances of crit?
They get
I don't think that's
crit.
there.
What if they have melee?
What if they are melee?
They get combat drop.
Again, that's a lot of effort to put into this, though.
No, I want to try that.
Sorry,
That's
no,
hilarious.
they gain flight, and then your Ica can move them over the wall.
There you go. All right. So yeah. So do we have anything else we want to talk about real quick about the Kickstarter? All right. So I'm going to bring this up, and I'm going to bring it up in public. Rondo does not mean what Breeze thinks it means.
I would like to know anything named Rondo in the final game is getting changed before like release, because Breeze does not know what that word means.
And just kind of uses it. So I'm just going to say that now.
But isn't that like every anime ever doesn't know what words they're actually using?
Sure.
You're right.
But we should use Rondo on everything.
Breeze is very poorly dubbed, but
at this point, if it were up to Breeze, we would rename everything in the game to have the word Rondo in it, and I just don't think that that's a good plan.
Aegis, the combining Rondo strategy game.
Yeah. So we're going to avoid that. Yeah, so we're looking at doing an art stream on Sunday at 1 p.m. Eastern.
Where we are redrawing the Arc, Einer's robot, which you guys unlocked with the 34,000 stretch goal, I believe. Yep.
Yeah, the art streams are a lot of fun.
Yeah, it's going to be all of us talking about random stuff while Breeze has Ghibli jazz in the background. It's all a great time.
And do we have anything else we need to talk about? Do we want to talk about 36K? Do we want to talk about what our plans are from here? I'm really leaving this up to Breeze.
Yeah, Breeze, you want to hop on chat real quick and talk about some of the plans for 36K? Because we are
hop on
about
the voice.
to hit that.
Gotcha. Hello, this is Doug.
Excellent.
All right, so let's see. What was the question?
Can we talk about what we're getting at $36,000, and also any hints towards stuff that's coming after that?
Oh, of course. Most excellent. All right, let's talk about that. So at 33K, which was about 200%, we unlocked something, and then at 36K, we unlocked something else. Now, what are those things, you must be asking? Well, I'm going to announce that right now, so let's have a drum roll.
I don't have any. Oh, all right.
The hype is building. We got some more quotes from the robot gnomes. So it looks like 33K is going to unlock a box sleeve, which is going to be a fancy thing. It's going to be a fancy special art. It's going to have fancy special art that goes around the deluxe box, and it's going to look really cool. And then 36K actually doubles down on that, which might be surprising, but not surprising. Double-sided, and it's going to have a really awesome.
Yeah, double-sided sleeve with custom art.
How does that work?
It's gonna be a sleeve. It's if you ever bought a fat pack in Magic, you unfold the box sleeve, and there's a big fancy piece of art on the back, and so it's gonna be like that, and there's gonna be like a nice poster. I'm thinking about making it like one of the Pokemon posters that has all of the robots on it, like a Pokedex, and That'd be pretty neat.
My concern though is like if you unfold it, can it be refolded? They're usually like glued together.
We'll be actively talking about that.
Okay.
But right now, I think it will just be. Well, just I think right now it's going to be if you take it off, it becomes a poster, but because who wants to slip the box sleeve back on every single time anyway? But that's actually
certainly
talking
something
to
that
the
we should
manufacturer
talk.
about.
So basically, we're talking about a nice custom piece of art that involves all of the robots. It might be part of the box sleeve. It could be potentially something else. We'll figure that out in terms of logistics.
Oh wait. I think yeah, I did the stuff out. It's going to be, it's a you can take it apart. It's like it has a tuck thing. How do I describe this?
Oh, okay, it's like
You can reattach it to your box. It can reattach itself and become a loop again.
yeah,
So
kind of like a cereal box lid. How you can push the tabs together.
So yeah, you can it's like a belt that goes around.
Okay.
We're gonna see if
Cool.
we can do that. So that's the idea for the 2 deluxe boxes, and also an announcement. This is also an announcement, but not really. Let the designer speak. This is an announcement, but also not really an announcement for other stuff that's kind of unlocked, but also kind of not unlocked. But it is now confirmed that the 4 commanders at the $500 tier will be in the box for everybody. So now we have 95 robots in the box and 12 commanders.
Oh geez.
So that's the thing. And
yeah,
it's gonna be great.
And we might have some more surprises robot-wise as we go.
Yeah, we still got some more robots waiting in the wings. We got some nice numbers back, and I think we will be able to do the stuff. Oh my God, we're literally at like $36,000. We're at $35,988.
we are
Quick,
$12.
donate for your energy.
Hold on, how much energy did I spend? Someone go back and count it.
Somebody buy 2 packs of sleeves because they're $7 a piece.
Someone rewatch the VOD and tell us exactly how much energy Bryfox spent this game.
Because I have to donate it.
Back. All right, awesome. So those are some pretty sweet updates. And, do we have any hints towards anything coming later, or are we leaving it at we've got robots in the wings?
Stating the graphics for the rest of the stretch goals right now. So coming up, we got, let's see, we're about to pass 36K, and that gets us the cool double-sided poster thing. And then we got at 30. Then going back to core box stretch goals at 37,500, we get an unlock of not an unlock. I redo the art for L100 because the art is also ancient, so you get to watch me redo that on stream. So that's like one of the halfway goals. And then at 39,000, we get the actual game box itself upgraded, so that's like, you know, fireproof, bulletproof, robot proof.
I'm still gonna say that it's probably not bulletproof. Please don't shoot the box.
Okay, it's probably not bulletproof or fireproof, but it's gonna be pretty good. It's
much higher quality box. Please do not shoot the nice box with the cool robots in it.
You're going to be able to throw it in your backpack a million times, and it'll still look pretty good. That's the goal. We want Aegis to be a very transportable game. Nice. So that will be the thing. Super sexy art from Maung Thuta, who does like a good chunk of our robot art, and he does like the cool splash art that was on our original 2 box arts, original 2 starter sets on the last Kickstarter campaign. So I'm gonna get some sweet illustrations from him and make the box look super cool. So let's see, 37.5 gets you a redraw of L100. 39,000 gets you some water resistant, like bullet fire, blah blah blah, awesome material for the box. And then at 40,500, I'm redrawing the ICA 100 because that's also one of the oldest arts in the game. And now that he's also kind of one of the best robots in the game, he should probably have good art.
Definitely a lot of fun. So I guess to summarize, we've got some really cool art upgrades coming up, which you guys will actually be able to watch on some art streams that we intend to start doing. So that'll be a blast, and we've got some pretty cool component upgrades, as well as some planned custom art now for the deluxe boxes. So those will
And
be
then
pretty
as
sweet.
a thing, and then as we get higher and higher, we're gonna get some. We're probably gonna move on to getting some super hi-fi art upgrades from some of our like artists like Mong and Danielson. So yeah, that'll be cool. Then you guys can get like ultra awesome art, and looking at getting more kind of refurbished art for some of the higher level robots. Those take a lot longer to do.
Yeah.
I don't know. I kind of want to see like the ultimate get some.
I personally really like the Get Some's art. I don't know if it
Get-Some.
needs to.
Yeah, a lot of the rank 3 robots actually look pretty sweet currently. So
Yeah, we're actually just going down to like a list of like 10 or so old robots that just need new art. And then there's actually some level 2s that you've never seen before that are going in the game. And those are going to get some art updates because their art was never meant to be
public.
So yeah, we have like the EI type Ender that's in the game now, and we have I believe there are 3 other level 2s that are in the game. I don't have them on hand right now, but
yeah,
4 of them are brand new.
Yeah.
Let's see. We also. Are there any the rank 3s we're adding that need an art redo or no?
So yeah, we are adding more rank 3s. Done. Right now there are 8. We obviously have a handful more that are going into the game, but when and how, you will have to find out.
We would very much like to show off at least one of all the letter combos for you guys. So we got some cool stuff in the wing.
So yeah, luckily all the level 3 art is pretty legit. I don't think I'll have to redo much of it.
Yeah, I think there are a few robots that have stats but don't have final art, but I don't think any of them are ones that we've publicly discussed.
Yeah.
I think all of the public level 3s are pretty cool looking at this point, in my opinion.
And while digging through the archives last night, man, I found so much cool stuff. We got, I think Aegis is gonna have a pretty good future ahead of itself.
So how many
we've
pages
got some
is
pretty
this
big
art book?
ideas.
How many pages is the art book? That's a great question.
Well, Breeze
Like,
just
roughly.
dug up like 5 billion pages of art last night, so.
So
yes.
yeah, I found a lot of old art last night, and I knew it was all there, but seeing it all next to each other was kind of mind blowing. We've had some we've had a lot of art processes and a lot of artists over years, and then seeing all these notes and stuff while I was directing the other artists is actually really cool. And I think you'll see some really the Aegis art book will be as good, if not better, than most other art books that you can get.
Yeah, we've got
in
art,
terms of just
alternate art, bunch of iterations game-wise, lots of design notes in general, as well as all the scenario stuff that we unlocked that we're putting in for
Right now, looking at the companion book to be about 40 pages, and there might be it's looking like we have a little bit of it drafted out, but we're gonna get like a nice plan out of what the actual layout will be. So maybe about 30 pages of that. 30 pages of that will be like art and production material, and then you'll have like 10 pages of that campaign, which will be like so that'll be cool. And then if it's looking like we need more pages for more content,
we
then
crossed 36.
Hey!
Unlocked.
Way to
Guess who's not
go!
leaving the house tonight? Will I upgrade all these graphics? So,
If you keep giving money to the stream, Breeze gets less sleep. So
yeah, pretty much.
just keep that in mind. It's probably in your best interest to keep giving us more money.
I mean, it's in our best interest. Jesse and I will get a huge laugh out of that.
It'll be really fun for both of us. It'll be great because Breeze will be more willing to talk about stuff because he'll be tired. It's just going to work out great for everyone. So I highly recommend
the graphic and reveal like 10K from now stretch goals.
Yeah. So I highly recommend getting an extra like $4,000 in tonight.
And the art book might have more upgrades to it to come under the deluxe stretch goal thing. That'll determine if I think we need more pages.
Breeze is pretty excited about the art book, so definitely.
I am so excited, dude. We have like 100. We have 100 robot arts in the game, and 100 robots, and each and every robot has its own little pieces of lore and definitely production notes and things like that.
Story
So
and
it's gonna be a very informative book.
yeah, and we're gonna
That's
talk
me and
about
I
the history.
alone. When we had to add in like 10 new robots last year, and we have some pretty cool notes about the process from that.
Yep.
That was a fun.
Yeah,
that
those
was a
guys
fun
will probably.
time.
Those guys will, I think those guys might even. I don't know how. I don't know exactly how I'm gonna organize this yet. But like, yeah, the new robots, the Jesse Kettle robots from Mong, those are pretty cool story because those all came out around the same time. Then there's the
Yeah.
2 new commanders, and then we're gonna. I'm sure we're gonna have the process for making the 4 new commanders is gonna be fun. I'm sure. So.
Oh yeah. Expect lots of posts from us about that once we are further into that process.
Sweet. And
It's gonna be awesome.
Yeah,
Yeah,
along with
we're-
the art streams, we're going to really like. We're very excited about the art book. We have this game's
Yeah,
been
if you wanna hear
around
me
for
ramble-
like
if you wanna
4
hear me
years
ramble-
now, so there's a lot of stuff.
yeah,
Like, actually.
and so I also just want to really quickly touch on the fact that once the Kickstarter is over, by no means does that mean that we're going off into some like chamber in order to produce this thing. We're going to be pretty public about a lot of the process along the way because obviously we want you guys to know as much as we can tell you about where we are with things, but also because some of it will let us talk to you about sort of our history, the history of some of the robots in the game. It'll let us get more in depth on some of those commanders and things like that, and talk about the process on how like the commander tiers at the $300 and $500 level are going.
We're definitely
It's
going
gonna
to
be
keep
so
doing
cool.
these live streams. We definitely want to keep doing games with all of you, and in general, we want to really like include you guys as the fans in the process of like this game getting out there because it means a lot to us. We've been working on this for a while.
I have started to cut it. I have started to get in touch with some of our $500 backers, and I'm trying to ascertain. We're trying to start that process as early as possible, and figure out what exactly we're making. So yeah, it's gonna be fun.
So what happens if everybody wants to do the same letter?
What's up?
We can work with that if we need to.
Actually, some of the $500 backers have made it clear that they are flexible, and that they understand that there probably shouldn't be 4 I commanders that go into the game. So we're
Yeah,
gonna hopefully
I
try to
love
have.
that. I love all of the I-type commanders we end up with. So it's probably
there are a couple of so we've obviously been in touch with a couple of people who are backing at those tiers, and a few people have already said things like, "Oh, well, I'm really leaning towards probably an I type, but if 2 other people make an I type, I'll probably make an S type or something like that." So we've sort of already got some people who are making decisions based around the idea that they don't want there to be too many of any one commander type. I do think that there is enough depth in the game that even if all of those backers said, no, I just want an I type or I just want an A type or something like that, that we could make them varied enough to still really feel good and different and unique. But
if anyone's looking for suggestions, though, we could definitely another G and S type would be pretty sweet.
But yeah, I think that definitely one of the goals is I will try to make it so the 4 new commanders that go in the game will be hopefully 4 different letters.
we'll find out. I mean, it's going to be a process. We're going to try and collaborate with the people at that tier. So a lot of it's going to be communication about what they want and where that fits into our game. Like, at the end of the day, some of it is going to be based on the traits of the robot that they want that sort of tells us where that robot belongs.
Yep.
And from the ideas I've seen so far, they seem pretty varied. And so I think that there's some room for us to have some conversation with people about that.
Definitely.
So I'm really looking forward to the process. I think it'll be great. But we'll see exactly what that breakdown of commanders looks like.
Yar.
Going to be pretty cool. That's some territory we then haven't shown on these streams yet. So expect there to be some pretty fun games once those get designed.
I can't wait for the stream where we end up testing some of the new commanders and the new content. That'll be really funny.
All the new commanders against one another.
Yes.
That would be a stream. Four-player get the $500 backers in and get them playing their commanders.
So
We'll see what we
let's
can
see. I
do.
think that's what we have to look forward to until about 40,000. A lot of upgrades, and then of course there will be more robots. And yeah, it'll be great. Awesome.
Yeah. Awesome.
Be Gucci fam.
I think we're
Yeah,
good,
sounds
unless anybody
about
has anything else that
right.
they're wondering about.
I imagine you guys probably have noticed this, but you seem to be running out of deluxe boxes.
Let me fix that. So there's an interesting thing about the deluxe boxes where the neoprene mat proved to be about 100% more popular than we were expecting. So I had to get we had to get a redo on quotes to figure out if you're or not. So I can that number is actually easier to edit now than it was a few days ago.
That's good.
But it'll be good.
Yeah, so we
I actually expected a majority of people to back at 49 and not 79. No complaints here.
Yeah, we're not going to argue with that.
Yep.
That's just like one of the challenges, the kind of challenges that have come along. It's like, oh, there is a very high demand for this neoprene mat.
I'm the one
Yeah,
making the full
or-
tabletop sim version, so the fact that a lot of people want access to this is pretty cool to me.
Mm-hmm.
It is correct. We have 13 left of the deluxe box. I just added 50 more yesterday. So
Yeah.
Okay.
So
All right. Well, anyway, let's sign off for the night.
yeah, so just real quick, I just want to say, so we have been keeping an eye on that, just to put it into better language, I guess. For the most part, it's scalable. Obviously, if we go absolutely gangbusters, we might have a period of time where it's sold out, but as a general rule, I wouldn't say that there's a real risk of the deluxe box not being available to people. Yeah.
Yep.
Obviously,
Yeah,
it's going to have like the custom art and all that, so it's going to be a pretty cool box for everyone. So if
Yep.
people are excited for that, then definitely want to make sure you guys can see it.
Yeah. All right, cool. So that's going to do it for us for tonight. Thank you, everybody, for coming out. Thank you to Scott and Bryfox for the awesome games.
Thanks for having us.
Yeah,
This was
good.
a fun stream, and we will absolutely keep you guys in the loop as we keep doing more streams with fans.
We'll see you guys on Sunday for some chill art stream and fun conversation. Those streams usually get pretty crazy.
Yeah. All right.
All right. Cool, guys. Thank you for coming by.
Yep.
Thank
Thanks,
you for
everybody,
Have a
for
good night,
watching.
everyone.